From the shadows we have returned. There have been many abominations that have been allowed to pass in our absence. They must be processed. But this time, the Punisher is not here, and this is no bullshit. He's in Wakanda. But in fact, the Punisher is no more. Now lives the Black Panther. But I'll let him tell you about that. Anyhow, live from X Mansion, home of the annual Collective Barbecue, we have Mr. Tim Barucci, aka Weapon X.
Thank you. I missed the Thor introductions, and happy to be back with the friends, man.
Oh yes,
yes, sir.
And also, it is my great pleasure to introduce live from the realm, the King of XM Studios, Mr. Lord King David.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. We're going to need a fraud alert at some point during this broadcast.
Yes, sir.
And yes, and live from the trailer park, you see, we have the mouth of the South, Mr. Archangel.
So every introduction, I was thinking it was me. It wasn't until you mentioned the trailer park that it really hit home. And I was like, obviously, it's got to be me.
You know what? Mouth of the South, and such a pretty mouth it is.
Got a pretty mouth.
Well, that's a great segue because live from Krypton, aka Australia, we have Mr. Jason J. Bond.
Hey guys, I'm here from the COVID cave in isolation. So
not the COVID cave, Jesus.
Please excuse how shit that I look, and I've got that beautiful COVID glow happening.
Sitting next to him, live from the Cure Room, the CEO of Collective Minds, we have Mr. Jason, Jerry Bourne, Jason Bourne.
Good evening, folks.
And of course, representing the first family of collecting, we have Statue Mania. We have Miss Barbara.
Hey, miss y'all.
And last,
I'm sure a hommy's asleep behind her on the couch.
No, sadly, he's working.
And last and certainly not least, we have the sexiest man alive. We have Mr. Franco Carlissimo.
The votes have been counted.
The votes have been tabulated.
The man has given you the best statues. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. Nice to be back here with you guys.
Everyone, welcome back. It feels good to be back in loving arms. What has everyone been up to? Jose Alicia, he's in ecstasy. Yes.
He's probably demanding pictures already.
Right.
That's how I know.
So anybody want to share? Y'all can share it now. I just didn't want nobody to show up so you can feel that. Dude, I remember when I first shut this shit down the first time. This motherfucker, I can't remember who it was. He said, dude, what am I going to do with my life now? I said, what? He said, on Fridays. What? I said, dude, well, they got this place we go and they got these girls that swing on these poles and you give them a little money and then, they come down and they dance.
Hey, you talk about my sister-in-law with respect. All right? They've got names. They have daddy issues, but they do have names.
Destiny.
And respect that stage name, all right, guys? Respect the stage name.
So don't forget Mercedes.
You wouldn't believe how awkward it is to say, hey, Destiny, this Thanksgiving, please pass me the mashed potatoes. It worked out great. Find a $1 bill in it. It works.
I still can't believe Thanksgiving next week.
Yes, sir.
I mean, geez,
Next week is it?
Yep.
Next week.
Ooh.
For those counting.
Right.
You know what? You know what the best thing about Thanksgiving for people who don't celebrate Thanksgiving is that for some bizarre reason, all the retailers around the world have adopted your Black Friday sales. So, thanks for that.
Thank you.
We call that
welcome.
now, we
You
call
guys
that
have all-
African-American Friday. You got to be politically correct.
You got to be politically correct.
I'm in Australia, mate. We don't do political correctness here.
Yeah, thank God.
Now, if you're sitting at a
Keeps you
pub
honest.
and some guy walks in and you go, "Oh, here you go, sir, your beer," and they go, "How dare you assume my gender?" Go, "Listen, mate, you got a dick between your legs or a bloke?" That's all.
Thank you. I need to move there.
Are we really getting that deep this early?
Yeah, no, right?
There is no escape.
That was quick.
It's up to the neck.
Let's go ahead and start the after hours.
Dude, so I'll kick it off. Ark, man, nice video, dude. That was a nice pass through the room.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What video?
Get out of
too.
here.
Stop playing.
The room is looking good there, Ark.
Hell yeah.
I have expanded it a little bit. Every time I think that I get to pay a little bit of my credit card down, something else pops up on eBay and I max it out again. So I will forever be in debt. And at one point, I thought about moving my kids in the basement and like building 2 rooms so that they can expand. I was like, wait a minute, where would all this go? It's not going to happen. So instead, I put a couple of tents in the backyard, built a fire pit. They've now got a heater. I dug a hole for indoor plumbing. So it all works out. The man cave continues on with more and more debt.
Can I offer you a tip? Just so you don't have, because I know that you're a lazy fucker just like me, Ark. So one thing that you hate more than anything is your dusting and cleaning regimen. So,
are you saying that because you saw the room tour, so you know how dusty it was? And you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is that on the shelf?
yes.
Yes.
So look, you know what you can do, like same as mine, like, or you get just a couple of aluminium channels, right? So you get 2 on the bottom, 2 on for each shelf. And
Hold on, wait. I'm googling aluminium. What is aluminium?
Aluminum.
Oh, aluminum. Gotcha.
You say it over
He
there.
thought
It's
you were saying that's a medium.
You know what?
I was thinking you're talking about Weapon X's
We
claws
speak
here.
the Queen's English in Australia, not that modified fucking version that you Yanks speak.
There's no Yanks here, believe me. I mean, Thanksgiving, we got a couple of Yanks around the table, but that's between brothers and sisters. So that's different.
But yes, so all you do is you just get them channels right, and get 2 acrylic panels, and you just make sure you've got a couple of centimeters overhang for each panel. And when you put them in there, you can have sliding doors, so you can still access it freely and change things around in that, but it's just protected from dust and shit.
Yeah, but that costs more money. And then these invisible panels you speak of, everybody's got them on their booths in restaurants, so they're still non-existent. So I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could collect a bundle of aluminium cans and recycle them to get some more of this see-through stuff. But as of right now, I'm just going to have to be happy with the dust.
Jokes, but we still make that shit. You guys don't anymore.
No,
we don't make anything anymore.
We don't make anything here.
We just buy stuff from other people.
Exactly.
VAT. The big Australian.
I think, right, if we're on the topic of like how to best care for your statues, the best thing to do is get an air purifier.
Yep. I got 2 running.
Yeah, that's the first move, right? And then, if you want to work on enclosing displays, yeah, that's down the line. But
another good thing is don't be a dirty fucker.
Yeah, that too. I mean, if you bathe regularly, you're not going to spread skin cells.
I feel like that was a dive at me again. I don't know if this was, what this show was about. If it was just everybody to pick on.
It's an intervention.
No, he looked like he washed today. His ponytail looks clean.
I did wash my ponytail today, so it was
Looks
great.
nice. It's shiny too. I love it.
Yep. We went 45 seconds this time in the shower. But it's only because my youngest got lost, wandered off, but we got him back. Family shower saves money, saves water. All my kids were arguing because I added the air purifier to the statue room. And they were all complaining, like, why does Daddy get the air conditioning? I was like, it just pushes air around. So, again, I had to add another tent to the backyard and say, that's your new room. Stay there and lock all the doors. So it works out great.
That's amazing. I mean, you bought them tents. They should be thankful.
I mean, if you call a tarp on top of a bundle of sticks a tent, I mean, yes, I bought them all tents. You know, if child service is listening.
You guys are wild, man. And Jason, you got a nice new room going. I see your display cases look amazing.
Yes, thank you to Moducase for providing me inspiration so I could rip off their design.
You know, it's funny, you completed them quicker too.
I love it.
I was saying to Thor earlier, right? I really was looking at getting the Moducases, right, for all my statues and stuff like that. And it was going to be fucking thousands, man.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yep.
So I did this for like a fraction of the price. Bunnings, yay. So people who live in the UK or Australia, you know Bunnings. You guys would have Home Depot. It's pretty much the same sort of thing. Now you can get this connected build it system. It's basically like, so if you ever played with Lego or Meccano when you were a kid, this shit's easy as. It's basically just little connected squares that you knock the pipes together. So all of this here is all interconnected, right? So I'll just bring the camera over and show you.
You can make them whatever size you want. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, within reason. I mean, if you go beyond a certain size, then you don't get the strength. But each of these shells are rated.
And disconnect.
He went too far.
He yanked it too far.
Down under.
I was kind of lost in his blue eyes.
As my mother always told me, if you yank it too hard, something bad will happen.
It'll turn off.
Not necessarily.
It just won't work.
What's up, everybody in the chat? I see y'all saying hi. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to
What's
keep
going on?
up.
Wait, is Kraken in the chat?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
wow.
had to
I
work.
just realized your name.
He had to work. Kraken was supposed to join us, y'all, but he had to work tonight.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen him since I beat him in Street Fighter.
I remember that. We got Magneto in the
flex.
house.
Yes, what's up, Charlie?
With Kraken in the chat, I was just
There
Googling
we
what
go.
new
Got it back.
Ryan Gosling movie came out.
Sorry, guys.
That's where he was.
That was,
cable
that
went
was
a bit
gold.
far.
That was gold.
Yeah, I can show you. All right, so as you can see, the joiner. I'm doing the weatherman camera thing. So there it is.
Wind gusts from the south.
That's the join there. So yeah, you basically just connect all the pieces and you put the board panels in there to support, and each of them holds like 300 kilos. So as you can see, each panel holds. Well, these are the big Iron Studios dioramas.
Big, man.
So you can see it probably fit.
Yeah,
And yeah, it came out really good. Like really,
Yeah, it looks great,
really
man.
good.
yeah.
And I've got the lights in there. So the other thing is too. So I actually got the 45-degree angled strips. So
Yeah.
whereas before with my old setup, you could see the lights.
Yeah.
You know, it's shining light. These are
No, Jose.
no, Jose. They're not Moducases. They're a rip-off of Moducases.
Homemade.
They're
Looks
awesome.
great.
When you live in the arse end of the world, shipping costs a fucking fortune.
Yeah.
So, you use what you got at your disposal.
I mean, it's all perspective, Jason.
You see that shit? Don't be talking about my baby without me talking about Ryan Gosling.
It's all perspective, Jason. You could be at the head end of the world.
As long
No,
as
he
you're
knows
there
kissing
with me,
the ass.
baby.
Yeah, as long as you don't go ass to mouth, you're good.
Woo, look at that giant Wolverine.
Yeah, man. There it is.
Yeah. I listen, stop making me have FOMO from the barbecue.
Actually,
We missed you big
Tim,
time, man.
you
I really
must
wanted you
be-
here.
Trust
Tim,
me.
you must be
I know.
fucking ecstatic with the news
Oh, it's dope. I love it.
of
Can you make a Tim big
of
again?
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Just a little bit longer? Okay, I'm done. You're good.
And that beard looks a little grayer than it did at the barber.
You know what? I'm
Just
not
two kids.
appreciating that, Jerry.
That's 2 kids now, so yeah. That's the reason.
Yeah, the kids have locked down my life. That's it, man. I hardly have time for anything.
So, Tim, were you happy with the news that was
Oh,
announced?
hell yeah. I love that. Did you
Yeah, I thought you
see?
would.
There was more stuff coming out today. Apparently, Kevin Feige wants to pull all the old X-Men in
Mm-hmm.
as like small random cameos in the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Are they actually
But
going to
wait.
do the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe story arc? Are they?
Fucking sweet,
No.
dude. That would be sweet. Just do it
You're
real
not going
quick.
to do that.
10-minute scene. Done.
What
But-
X-Men are we getting?
But Franco, you know what? He's already set the precedent in Deadpool 2, right? That he likes to try and clean up the continuity errors. So now that Fox is now owned by Disney and they're bringing the X-Men franchise into the Marvel universe, wouldn't this be the way that he could actually just do it? Like,
Would be great.
like quickly
I'm not
and
saying
cleanly
not.
in a 15-minute fucking thing, bang, fix all the fuck ups
Yeah.
and go, now that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's why they're not going to do it.
I saw you shaking your
That's
head,
it.
Franco. I saw you shaking your head. I did also see that Ryan Reynolds is pushing for Channing Tatum's Gambit to show up in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the original Gambit.
Yeah. I think we should give him another chance.
Yeah, I do too.
That was the guy from
John
Mars, right? From Carpenter. Yeah, from Carpenter. From
Yeah.
Mars.
I think they're going to show
It was
them
fun.
and kill off their timeline
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's a good move. I'm cool with that.
and then recast them.
Yeah,
They definitely have to recast them, man, because this is like the way what they've been doing is passing the torch to all
Yeah.
these new the female version of each one, and after they do, I don't know what's the next big one. What was it? Secret Wars, something like that, maybe, or what was the Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
After they do that, then they have to reset.
Yeah.
You
So
know-
probably
you
they're
know-
going to do something like that.
You know what's bent about that with the Secret Wars? So didn't they sort of fuck that up already with Captain Marvel, where they've made the Kree like just a refugee race that's on the run rather than the Kree Empire that we all know from the
But
comics?
they announced it. They announced it was going to be
So
Secret War,
now
right?
they're going to go, okay, so now they're suddenly going to become the Kree Empire. They're going to have the Super Skrulls and like, what the fuck?
No, you
You mean
can't.
the Skrull Empire, not
Yeah.
the Kree Empire. The
Yeah,
Kree,
sorry,
yeah. But
Skrulls,
that's just a section of the Kree. I mean, of the Skrull.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's
Probably
just-
there's just another one that are assholes.
Yeah,
And this
so
one were
they
refugees.
did. You have the real bad ones that are going to be in the Secret Wars. The ones that are actually taking over the place of the president, and that's how you get this guy to become the president. He's the Red Hulk and all that other stuff. So that's
going to be
how it's
Harrison
gonna
Ford,
work.
right?
Yeah,
85-year-old, almost Harrison Ford. is going to be the
Harrison
Red
Ford
Hulk.
continues to make money.
Let's be honest.
That's crazy,
that
man.
Secret Wars, the original comic, and that was probably really one of the best pieces of writing that Marvel did.
Yeah,
The simple reason that they made Spider-Woman the central character
yeah.
only because of her access to all the teams. And you were like,
Wait, what? Spider-Woman wasn't in Secret Wars.
Yes, she was.
No,
She
in
was.
Dude, she was
in
the
Yes, she
queen.
was.
in what's
She
the
was the
name?
queen. What the
Yes,
fuck
she
were you
was.
reading?
Yes,
Not,
she
Carpenter
was.
was.
not Secret War. It's Secret Invasion.
No.
Okay,
Secret,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Secret Invasion.
Invasion.
But,
Carpenter
but
was in-
okay, so
Get your lingo right. I've read some
Spider-Woman was
comics.
inside Secret Wars too. Remember, she had the black and white suit, and Spider-Man went and was like, "Yo, where the hell you got that suit from?" And he went inside the room and went to the wrong machine. And
Yeah, he got it from
the
Secret Wars.
symbiote. Yeah,
I just know y'all kept bragging about Secret Wars instead of saying Secret Invasion.
yeah, Secret Invasion.
And I
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought Jerry's head was going to explode because of his anti-Secret War thing. That he's got
Anti-Secret
going
War,
on.
you say?
Yeah.
You talking about the
Sorry,
new one or the
I'm
old
ready to
one?
sleep.
The old
OG.
one.
OG.
You don't like the old one?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was
It was great.
It was a cash
Just say it,
grab.
Jerry. It was
It
great.
was a cash grab back in the day.
You
I
didn't
mean,
like that
it was
story
a
arc.
brilliant cash grab, but it was a cash grab back in in the 80s when they did that whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it, man. It was. I like,
You
especially.
know what, Look, Jerry? I know we don't look it, but you and me are around the same age, so I'll agree.
Hold on. I'm late. I'm late, but hold on.
Well,
Oh my god.
But what I'm
That
trying
was a blue one,
to say,
Jason.
what I was trying to say with that is, like, I was reading both Marvel and DC comics back then too, and there was some pretty fucked story arcs getting around then. like in both DC and Marvel. Like there was a lot of cash grabs going left, right, and center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know,
what are
I
you?
think it's one of them stories that if you picked up that comic book today, you could read it and still enjoy it as much as any other story. You know what I mean? As a standalone story, you didn't have to know the whole backstory of the Marvel universe or anything like that. Case in point, a giant X-Men 80-page, you know, the big collector one.
Yeah.
Because of the stories that are in that. You know, if you picked that up today and read it, you don't need to be an X-Men fan. You don't even know who the X-Men are or anyone in the Marvel universe. It could be your first superhero book that you've picked up. It's an enjoyable read because of the stories in there, quality.
Well, the reason why those books are enjoyable reads is because it's not so much political BS. Oh, you can't say this, and you got to have this, and you got to have inclusion here, and oh, watch out for this color over here. Oh. So I can't read the stuff now. I'll be honest with you.
And you know what? It can be done right. It can be PC stuff can be done right. Like you look back at that, like the Neil Adams old comic books and stuff like that, where they did the team ups with Green Arrow and Green Lantern. You know, when they went to the black areas, and that's like, who the fuck are you? You know, you come here and you do all this shit, but you know, when we need you on a day-to-day basis, you're never here. You don't represent our area. And it's sort of like made a highlight in the comics that, like every time you see it, they're stopping a bank robbery here or they're stopping this, but they're not addressing like the murders that are happening in this area because they didn't want to put it in the comic because it was too.
Well, that's when you started to get stuff like Black Lightning and ethnic characters like that. I like the White Tiger, honestly, because he was Hispanic, to be honest with you. And he had that jade pendant. I was just like really nuts about it as a kid. Plus, I was into karate and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but to see like those.
Just so you know, I was a white belt with a yellow stripe. Anytime you want to go.
Watch out.
Anytime you want to go, let's go.
You got to be careful with him. You got to be careful. But I really like when Daredevil, he was in Hell's Kitchen. It was a melting pot, right? So he dealt with everybody. And when he represented people as Matt Murdock, he represented the disenfranchised and stuff like that. So identified with the character. So I think Marvel and Stan Lee himself, rest in peace, identified more with the common people and more with grounded stuff because a lot of their characters were central. Like, you know, Spider-Man and Queens, Captain America from Brooklyn, you know, stuff like that. They
did
grounded
the whole
them.
X-Men. He did the whole X-Men as, I mean, they were outcasts and they were hated because they were mutants. But I mean, that was a race war type thing. That was just the way he interpreted it.
Yo, that's my favorite part about being like an X-Men fan is when people say, "Oh, you don't care about inclusion." It's like, no, you dumb fuck. That's that's the most important thing to me. I don't like being pandered to. That's my problem.
There we go.
I want it to be genuine and authentic, and I want to follow the characters because I have representation of all kinds, and I can go, cool. I get that. I get why you're like that, even though we're not the same. But when you push it at me, I'm like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, didn't Stan Lee said that he based...
Oh, sorry, Frank, go.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say that didn't Stan Lee said that he based like Magneto on Malcolm X and Charles on Dr. Luther King.
Martin Luther King. Yeah.
Kitty Pryde was based on the today's Karen. So there was that too. He saw the future. He knew there was going to be a Karen. He was like, "That's your Kitty Pryde."
What I mean is that there's always been like politics and social issues in the comics that have been addressed. But the thing is that these days, as Atim was saying, like, now we are being pandered to and forced to. And if you don't like it, you're a racist, you're a misogynist.
Oh my God, man, it's the worst. It's
God forbid.
The feeling that you know, like I gotta constantly be scared that I'm racist. It fucking blows my mind, man. It really does. It makes me feel so like. It makes me feel sad for the future of like this, where we're gonna go from there.
Automatically, because of our age, we are.
Yeah.
Right? Because we are raised different. Completely different, right? So like we are raised to don't speak unless spoken to. Hey, adults is talking, mind your business. That type of thing.
Yeah.
These kids are
That's
different.
child abuse now, man.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
wrong
for
with the
real.
shirt. I will call ACS. don't touch me. So everything is a little bit different. So the way they read and the way they consume, they're being trained. We weren't being trained. We got big splash pages of fights. I don't see that anymore. Like
Yeah.
I open a book of Thor versus the Hulk, and if I get a couple of splash pages, yeah, but then I get this political nonsense that goes on for like a couple of pages. I don't care about the metaphysical crap about why Thor was misused as a child from Odin. I don't care about that part. I just want to see him and Thor fight. The Hulk and Thor fight. I don't care about the daddy issues that David Banner had with his pops, and he's now the leader of Hell. Like, what the hell is going on here? What's happening
It's
in
okay.
my book?
But King, it's okay to have those kind of things because they make the character more interesting and it goes deeper into the character. But it's not fun when it's all about that. And
Yes.
then you don't have anything. It's the balance of that, of having a great story, great entertainment, and then some character-driven thing that is going on that it pulls you in and makes you understand the character more.
Let me ask you a question, Franco.
Yes.
When you're sculpting, when you're diving deep into the character, right? Because I'm pretty sure that you take a process when you're coming up with the pose, when you're coming up with your thought process. Do you go into the psychological aspect of the character and map it out that way, or do you go to the physical attributes of the character and go through it that way? How do you attack a character? Let's say if I give you Wolverine, right? How do you go about that character?
Well, first, I just want to interrupt. He asked me for many shirtless pics before
All the time.
he sculpted the
Reference.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there before he gives his side of it. I've sent
No,
many
that's a
shirtless
good
pics.
question, but that's a good question.
But he
But
chose
mostly,
A-Team's picture instead.
Exactly.
when I need hair, yeah, I use A-Team for reference. Like,
Thank you so much.
you're a lovely teddy bear.
This is the biggest honor.
No, that's what you do mostly is more because it is a physical representation. You go more into the physical attributes.
Right.
That's the thing, because if it was telling a story or writing a comic, yeah, you can use both and go a little bit more into the mind of the character. But since it's just a physical representation, you have to go that way.
Okay.
But yeah, I get the question.
I've always had that question for you because there's a lot of pieces, and I'm saying, like, what was his thought process when he was deciding to sculpt this piece? Like, what was it? Because all I hear is the magic of Franco, the magic, and then I got a chance to see some of the pieces. I was like, okay, now I understand.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. No, you think about that as well. It's not that it's not in the table, but it's harder to do that representation of that part. But because let's say you're going to try to represent something through the way the character is looking at something, or is tilting his head a little bit or whatever. But it's harder to convey the thoughts, let's say, or what he's thinking.
I think you've pulled it off. I think you've pulled it off more than you're giving yourself credit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is it a character
tonight?
I think like Nightcrawler, for example, right?
Yes.
That whole piece is like right as soon as you look at it, you know exactly who that character is, top to bottom. That's
What's
Let's see some spit.
I think he froze.
He's muted.
Just kidding.
There you go.
Yo, you thought I was frozen.
We thought something was wrong. Shit. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Glad to be back.
Yeah.
What happened? You got very thick glasses all of a sudden, boy.
Huh?
You suddenly got very thick glasses. You didn't have them last time I saw you.
Well, I wanted to take a closer look at you. That's what it is.
So now you're here. We can talk
Big,
about
sexy,
Listen, now you're here. We
you
can
big
talk about
Australian. Oh no, please. How many years have we tried to avoid that whole
5. I think, right?
Oh my
It's
goodness.
been 5 years at least.
It's
I
still
think.
a thing.
The
It's
Kraken,
still a
the
thing.
Kraken is in the chat. So he said, don't talk about Ryan Gosling while he not there.
Oh my goodness. What's going on, everyone? I'm glad to be
Oh,
back.
man, this is
Oh,
good,
just
man.
chilling,
Glad
bro.
for you
Nice
guys
to
to
see
be
you.
back.
Oh, Mr. Speed is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What up?
sir.
You know,
Happy to be back too, man.
So-
It's been far too long.
indeed
I
it
know.
is.
I told you it wasn't the last time.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
that is true. That is true.
Remember,
Never say
that's-
never, right?
Pause.
That's what I said to my wife on our wedding night. I told her, this
Told
will not
you it's
be
not
the
the
last
last
time. 7 years
I
later,
know.
it happened again. We had 3 kids, but I don't know who the father is, but it happened.
There you go, right there.
Wait, I heard.
Oh my God, he's terrible. Terrible. Franco, is there any character that you haven't done that you would like to do?
No, wait. We're not doing this all about me. What's
No.
on?
It's just my
This is Thor's
question.
return.
You know,
Here always.
I don't get a chance to hit you in the DMs or anything like that. So if I got you here right now,
But
listen,
you
it's
can
like
hit me in the DMs. No problem about that.
it's like
I-
if you got questions to ask God, you ain't gonna wait until later, right? You're gonna say, "Let me ask God these questions
I'm on
now."
your side here, David. I'm with you, bro.
The milkman coming.
I think Franco's more worried about the introduction of X-Men into the MCU. I think through his mind, he's saying, "Fuck, how many more Wolverines do I have to make
Yeah,
now that the X-Men are in the MCU?"
No, don't worry.
I'm more excited about the
It's my
Fantastic
favorite
Four.
character.
Oh yeah.
I think I would say something more like
Yeah,
the
that's
Joker,
true.
for example. I would like to do a Joker, but I'm still not quite certain of the idea. But I will like to go a little bit on the DC side because I've been doing. I'm actually more Marvel, but I've been doing Marvel for I don't know the past 6 years mostly. So I would like to go a little bit DC.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Turn
that'd be-
on
that'd be
each
cool.
side of superheroes. You'll love it.
yeah.
I think. By the way,
Just
I
stay
think-
away
You know
from
what?
Superman.
You need to make more Batman.
Oh my
No,
god,
I'm not saying
Franco.
Batman.
No, thank you.
Looks like somebody
You know,
pissed on the
Franco,
Tim's cornflakes.
Franco,
PJ,
I think Jason's nipples were hard when you said you would like to do more DC.
Oh yeah, I can see them through the shirt as well. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
And we all know
like
them
Franco-
actually. We all seen them.
Oh yeah.
Franco, have you
He's
thought
back.
about
He's
getting?
back.
Have you wanted to do the metal line just because it's a darker, creepier vibe?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I wish nobody
Fuck
knew.
you, Metal Line.
That prime one.
Well, I
there
know
is-
Barbara has some because she
Mhm.
likes.
Show us what you got, Barbara. Pause.
Line, but can you do a Batman Who Laughs? I mean, I would definitely be in for a Joker and a Batman Who Laughs by Franco. Hear them.
It'll have a kangaroo sack on the front of it with a baby Batman in the pouch.
Hold on, let me go back.
Yeah, that's a great statue, by the way.
Yeah,
There
that,
you go.
that's
Yeah.
the Queen Studios one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, that's sexy.
Hey.
Yo.
Who puts Batman Who Laughs in between X-Men statues?
Just pass it through.
I
Just
have
pass
to
it
work
through.
on my display this weekend. I just took apart my computer and everything, so I have like 3 other statues here. I just removed them though.
Yeah.
Well, that's a problem, but like actually, like the house is starting to feel like crazy. Like
Yeah.
you have room, or you're building another an
Kid to move
extra.
out.
You got
Yeah,
one,
exactly.
Kraken. That one.
That's what I'm saying.
With the aliens, that's a Franco piece, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna
a good
say, is
question in the chat from Terrell. Anybody get any of these buy one get one off deals? Because yo, what bullshit,
what you talking about?
dude?
What's the whole deal?
I'm so detached from this
Telling
shit. I don't
you.
even know what's going on. So
Dude.
what y'all talking about?
So Sideshow has like a buy one get one 50% off deal going on right now.
Really?
Really?
Yo, if I bought a statue right now, I could get Storm for 50% off.
That's
you know,
crazy.
like what bothers me is I fucking paid full price like not even 3 months ago for her.
yeah.
It's like there's 0 points of pre-order now. It just nothing's selling out, so why not just wait?
Yeah.
There's no incentive.
Nothing's selling out.
Yeah, it's just like the market now. I think it's like definitely a buyer's market. It's like a buyer's dream come true because you know, like the aftermarket places like booming with sales. Yeah, booming with sales. You know, you can get a really good deal, and then Sideshow is going crazy with these deals, like 30% off, free shipping.
I blame stimulus checks.
They're giving us another one, right?
The recession, right?
Yeah.
They're giving us $1,000, man.
Oh wow, jeez. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of companies now making a lot of stuff. You know,
well, people are being more frugal with their dollar.
We said that years ago that there was a glut of good companies that were out there making good quality product at decent prices, and it was starting to hit that line where. You know, the higher end guys like Sideshow and XM and that started to look at their price points and stuff and going, well, shit, you know, why have we suddenly started losing sales? And this other company from Brazil's been smashing it. You know what I mean? Like studios and stuff like that. That's why, because, you know, collectors are tight with our cash, man.
Yeah.
We work hard for our money. We love our pieces. And yeah, we will spend up to a certain amount for the piece that we love, but a lot of us will look at a piece and go, fuck, man, I ain't paying that. And then you'll see it 3 years later at that price that you were willing to pay for it, and you pick it up then.
Yeah. The day I got go ahead, Tim.
No, they're giving us the stimulus check, but it, you know, basically going to cover half the shipping, you know?
They're still getting the stimulus check.
What the fuck, man? They're getting killed.
That's what curbed my spending. My spending stopped when I saw $500 on a shipment.
Yeah,
what? That's a whole statue.
Yeah.
But like the day I got my Harley Quinn bust is the day Sideshow said, "Hey, we're going to give you free shipping or 10% off."
Wow.
So like you guys are saying, you know, why pre-order type stuff? But not only that, why pre-order stuff? But like, look at the.
He's
Wait, did you just lotion up the elbow deep?
I can't breathe.
Keep moist, bro. Keep moist.
Why are you putting it on your neck?
Talking, Justin. This is what I usually do whenever I'm watching you on Collective
I'm just used to you putting the lotion on your tongue first.
So
let's try it up already.
But so I'm curious.
Since we all doing it.
I'm happy to know that everybody's statue room is their spank bank, apparently. But like, as far as everybody talking about why pre-orders, if you look at Black Widow, right?
You said like this.
Usually I don't always try like that.
Sorry, bro, I'm all lotioned up. Wait. There he is.
There you go. There you go. I told you.
Now I gotta put more. Hold on. Zoom in on me. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Wait a second. What are they doing? They got lotion on Hami.
Hami's on. Hold on.
You know, Hami's lucky. He's got barb to lotion his neck.
Oh shit, man.
But to bring it back from jerk station to statue, as far as why do we pre-order stuff, right? Because all these discounts. But if you look at the Black Widow that came out, how bad the portrait was compared to the prototype. At this point, I think companies should have at least 100 to 200 statues made, and then show that version, show the enhanced statue, and say, "Hey, this is what's coming out. Pre-order from this."
For a while,
I mean that. I feel like that.
I think since the beginning of collecting, you've seen the original prototype photo of something and gone, "Oh, it's fucking amazing!" Because they get a bloke like Franco to do it.
Holy shit!
You know what I mean? And then they send it to the factory in China where some mass-produced guy just fucking knocks them all off and sends back an inferior product. And we get that, and people go, "Oh, Franco, your fucking statue sucks." And you go, "Hang on a minute, mate. Franco wasn't in China fucking chiseling away making these things, mate." He did the original.
That's an age-old debate, though. You know, like there's nothing new about that debate.
Yeah, it's forever.
You know, look no further than Storm. Storm got presented as a white costume. She came so.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like, what are we supposed to do? Cry, be pissed off about it? And it's like, yeah, she ends up looking all right, but I bought a white costume Storm.
Yeah, but you can. The thing is that they tell you that you can cancel it, right?
Sure.
So it's like that. It's like, okay, you don't want it, just cancel it.
Or I feel bad. Legendary Beast, right? They got what 2 statues out right now for Marvel.
Yeah.
The 1/3 one.
Third one's coming is Hulk.
No, there's three out.
Jerry said they all behind me, baby.
These 2 in Magneto.
Yeah, those 2 in Magneto.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So sorry, I was talking specifically about like the Avengers line.
Okay.
Like, but like, what happens when Hulk doesn't come out right? You know, because there's not enough track record to prove that like the quality will be there, right?
Yeah.
So the concern always is a collector.
Fuck it up. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when he comes out a different color green, and then everybody loses their mind because this shit happens?
They just pay $1,500 to get it repainted.
Oh, jeez. Holy moly.
The guys who've been in the trenches, we get that. We're willing to spend the extra money to make it right. But
how about the average collector? Yeah.
Tim, actually, I'm going to give you a perfect example of what you're talking about there. So, see Huntress up there, right? The one up.
That's not a green screen, by the way, right?
No.
Nice memory, PJ.
From the beginning, PJ, you would have seen everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you see the Huntress one up there, right? Now, when she came out, there was an issue. So they, with the dyeing of the cape or something, they dyed it after they'd already put the white striping, like the white leather on. So it bled, right?
Right.
When they sent it out, you had the option of going, okay, I can either say no thanks, I'll wait until you get the replacement capes, or they'll ship the one that it is with the shit cape, and they'll ship out a fresh cape once the new batch came in. I thought, that's amicable, that's fine. Mate, the collectors went nuts. They went, this statue's shit, you know, like Sideshows let us down again. You're like, it was a defect that was picked up in the first fucking batch that was sent to them, and they've rectified it. Like, what's the issue? But the end result was so many people cancelled it, and now people decided down the track that they want the statue, and they can't get it, and the thing's exploded in value.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot.
I think. Sorry, PJ. I think that's the point, though.
I was like, who said?
I think that's the point. It's like it's the same old song and dance. You know, everybody here for the most part's been collecting for years. You know, we're used to this shit. It happens, and then you just go, "Fuck, that's another one. They got us on another one."
Yeah,
I'm gonna either have to deal with it or fix it and just keep it moving. You know? And I think that's you know, what are they gonna paint the prototype in China at the factory?
Well, that's what I was saying.
Paint it.
If they just did a 200 edition first batch, 200 of anything is going to sell, right? Even if it's a crappy statue, 200 of anything is going to sell. If you put out, say, hey, factory, I just want 200 of these. When the first one gets done, say, hey, this is what I want to show. We wouldn't have to worry about all this shit. Like even the Wonder Woman that Sideshow did. Everybody was pissed that it didn't match the prototype, but the factory edition looked great.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, you know, that's definitely something, Justin. You make a great point, but the only problem is that so the factories dictate like the pricing of your statue. So, for Sideshow to keep the statue price low, they have to create a bigger edition size. And that's the thing too, is that like when I was in Comic-Con, that's one of the things I learned that was behind the scenes is that, you know, number one, there is truth to having a good factory versus a bad factory. And Sideshow does have something like that where it's like, oh wow, this statue turned out amazing because it got sent to the good factory. But the thing too is that the factories, they're like, well, Sideshow goes to them and say, hey, I want 200 of these. They're like, well, this is the cost, and this is what you're charging. You're going to make zero money, or you lose money. So you have to bring up the edition size or bring up the price. And it's so hard too, because now there's so many companies out there pumping out great products. And I think as a collector, for me at least, you have to be really picky. Because can you really get how many? Like, say they make this 1/3 Hulk, right? It looks great, but then someone else comes along and makes an even better Hulk. So what do
I'm
you
good
do?
with this one. I'm good with
Or
it.
a quarter scale Hulk.
Yeah, but the 1/3 game is kind of like there's not really that much competition towards it, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those 1/3 pieces, boy, they're off the chain though, boy.
Yeah, that's the Lou Ferrigno face right there.
Yeah.
Shout
It's
out
great,
to Mojo. He flooded my DMs with this statue.
Like, I mean, do you have to agree? I mean, do you agree? Like with the 1/3 game, you have to make sure that because it's a space killer and it's expensive, that this is the.
I wonder if you get like that 1/3 Hulk, like I don't know, like if you get like that 1/3 piece. I don't know if you look at the quarter like the same, bro. Like it's like that 1/3 just has so much presence. You feel me? Like
I can understand that.
This the comparison right here.
Yeah, you don't put them in the same room.
Yeah,
I think with 1/3,
though, you know?
Yeah, it's
with 1/3, I think you could have mistakes and people overlook them just because of the size and the presence.
That's also very true.
Yeah,
like the size is like, you know, it's impressive. So I think there is more room. Like, you know, I guess people get
you
away with it.
you could live with like a break on your Hawkman name.
Man, this is a sexy ass panel, boy.
Jerry, all your stats are gonna break. So, like, Jerry, you've got 1/3 behind you, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can live with breaks because it's 1/3.
Actually, none of my 1/3s are broken
because they're so big, right?
Didn't your cap?
She said.
Did what?
Didn't your cap split in half?
No, not mine. I saw it. I was worried about it. I saw somebody's did, and I was thinking.
Right, that was a whole thing, right? That kind of got swept under the rug a little bit. People stopped thinking about that. They were like, "Oh,
it was cast really thin.
Hollow and split in half." So what happens when this Hulk comes hollow or split in half?
I hope not.
Just I hope not.
Drill it and fill it, baby. Drill it and fill it.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm hoping that happens. You know, like I see people are pumped about it. I want them to get a dope piece, but you know, you're in the game long enough to start realizing, man, none of these companies care about us. It's all
I agree.
Right.
I agree. And the thing too is that, like,
as a collector,
you know, with the 1/3 scale game, as much as I love them, they look amazing. And you're right, the presence is even stronger with a 1/3 over a 1/4. But like, how many can you really collect? If you had like all 1/3 X-Men pieces,
but I think
but what you can do is what Jerry's doing, like pick a line and collect those. And once you have them all, that's it. Like that's your 1/3 line. Like the Avengers.
I think when you get 1/3, you tend to not go like as deep into like doubling up on pieces.
No.
Oh no, you won't. No.
You won't like with the quarter shit. I think it's real easy to fall into like that double or triple or 100 or 100 Wolverines. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
Jerry, you said drill it and fill it, right?
Yeah.
What are you filling it with? You're filling it with a liquid foam.
No. 2-part epoxy. Smooth Cast 300.
Okay.
If you go to Smooth On, they make castable resin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It went up in price too.
Yeah.
Man, those shades, man.
Everything went up in price.
Those shades, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about at night? Hell yeah, baby. Do you see how I got a mini sun right here in my face? I'm black as hell.
I do feel you what you're saying though, Hami. You know, it's like the same as like a life-size bust. Once you get one life-size bust of Captain America, you're not gonna buy another life-size bust of Captain America.
Yeah, it's like more, you know, like even Ark, like for instance, even Ark, you know, like when you start to think about it, like Ark, he gets into these busts, right? But you don't see him doubling up on the same bus.
Oh no.
Yeah. So one thing with Ark is that he's happy with, like, you know, whatever he has. You know, there's a lot of
Daredevil. He doubled up on Daredevil, bro. I'm calling him out.
Yeah. And for me, it's hard because, you know, sometimes, you know, a piece comes out and you're like, oh, that was great, and then like someone else does it better. Yeah. And there's multiple companies that's doing it. You know, like fighting, like J&D. They're like fighting J&D and Queen. They're basically fighting for who could do a better likeness. So
I love JD work. That stuff is real good. I didn't think that anybody would push Queen to the brink.
The silicon ones
J&D just showed up.
Yeah.
You're talking about the silicon ones, right?
Yeah.
Made of silicon, but
yeah.
No, but those have been out like for like what 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit worried about how
the longevity of them.
Yeah, exactly longevity.
I think Cinemacat was like the first company to kind of incorporate like silicone in their statues. You know, they did it with some of their quarter scale pieces and stuff like that, and you know, they were the pioneers. And now that Queen and J&D are kind of like following suit, but it's hard, man. I mean, for me at least, like, you know, when you buy a statue and then someone else comes out with a better statue, you're like, well, I'm going to sell this. It's so much harder to sell it, because why would anyone want to buy that piece when they could find and buy a better
Did you
piece?
got any of the Gal Gadot ones? Because you were like,
oh my gosh. I think my wife would divorce me if I got the Gal Gadot.
But you will have a Wonder Woman.
There'll be a lot of this going on.
It's time to loosen up again. Oh my God.
You know what? I think the 1/3 pieces, you could kind of like, I kind of feel like the 1/3 stuff is almost like equivalent. I know it's kind of like a weird comparison, but I think it's almost equivalent. Like to, I know it Tim's into the 1/10 like Sentinel shit. I think those two lines, like the 1/10 shit and the 1/3 shit, I know they're like worlds apart, but they're kind of like in that same range where you don't need to be doubling up on those 1/10 pieces, just like you don't need to be doubling up on those 1/3 pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It gives you the opportunity to fulfill what you're looking for.
Exactly.
It's like
even though
is
it's like
the sweet
small,
spot.
like these are small scale statues. Like the amount they give you, it could be enough to sustain you.
Yeah,
exactly.
The 1/3 scale piece, that's enough to sustain you. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, it's almost like that quarter shit. It's not fulfilling, right? Like you feel like.
I mean,
it's never
That's very
enough.
fucking elitist of you there, Asagi.
hold on one sec.
It's never enough for a Magneto. He's got one Magneto. He's getting another quarter scale Magneto.
I got 2 Psylocks yesterday.
He got 2 Psylocks.
I know, bro. I know your pain, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
one of
just
them is
waiting
somebody's
for
spot.
my maestro. That's it.
One of them is somebody's spot on this panel. You know, I'm not gonna mention no names, but you know,
Me?
it's a dude with an accent all the way to the right in the middle.
That accent, you motherfucker. Yeah, I had a really bad accent.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
Me Latino.
It's hard out here, man.
Well,
It's hard out here. I mean, I'll fuck around and collect the whole 1/3 scale line too. Don't fucking tempt me.
Imagine that shit, dog. Imagine like going like hardcore in the 1/10 shit and like doing the 1/3 too. Like you do the 1/10 and the 1/3.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
That's like getting a donut and getting the holes. No, I went to Junior's house and I saw all his 1/3.
I was about to say that.
And that's the moment I realized I'm not fucking with that. Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
His stuff looked fantastic. The way he had it set up was great. And I was like, if I do 1/4 and he's doing 1/3, if I do 1/4, I can put at least 2 times more the amount of statues there.
Yeah, I could see that too. I could totally see that, you know.
But it's not only that, because you're only talking because you're only talking about size, and the 1/3 scale compared to the 1/4 scale, there is a lot more you can do with the 1/4 than with the 1/3. Most of the 1/3 are like more museum style, and not really that big bases that are telling you a big story. The quarter scale, that's why you get so addicted to it, and you want maybe 2 or 3 pieces of the same character, because usually you can play a lot more with them. Like you can have them,
you can get one
really dynamic poses with really cool environments.
Yeah, like use Sentinels, you know, like use Sentinels.
Yeah. Well, let's just look at this. You can do a lot more with a smaller scale. All right. Speaking from
No.
experience, you can do way more with a
You don't
smaller
have to use
scale.
it. That's a good thing, but that's not what everybody likes.
Yeah, but look behind a Tim, right? Like his Sentinel diorama with all the 1/10. You get different
The small stuff
representations.
has satisfied me, man. I
I wish my wife.
And
I
then you
wish
see
my
that
wife
giant
felt the same.
Wolverine in the back.
I know, right?
So, but wait, there's more.
But I think
more. It's fucked.
like not everybody has got a huge display space. So if you go 1/3,
Yeah.
like
You gotta be
it has such
selective.
a huge presence.
All right. I'm
Justin,
sure
dude,
everybody got a dining room table, bro.
Yo, and don't get
Yeah.
it confused. I didn't have a huge display space for years, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like
I think
you know
all
the
of the
day I
things
started
we've
collecting, I just had like a massive space to fill with statues.
Yeah, but then
That
puberty
kind of
kicked
progresses
in,
it.
and you had this huge, long display space.
Yeah. But
I love those awkward moments.
Not awkward
I love
for
it.
me, bro. Yeah, I mean, don't fuck around. I'll start a 1/3 scale line right now.
But let's be honest, I don't think any of us here, when we first bought our first piece, went, okay, so I'm going to have to dedicate an entire area of my house to this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
I
bid the
agree.
shelving.
That's so true.
But Jason, not only that, not only do you have to dedicate a whole area to your house to these huge statues, but you have to dedicate a whole other area to the
For the
boxes
boxes.
they
Does
fucking
that
came
say-
in.
yeah,
Boxes.
yep.
No,
And those boxes.
I had to put a 6x2 meter shed out in my backyard.
Yep.
Boxes.
Bro,
I don't know what a meter is, but I assume it's
But
huge.
to be honest, like
so
It's
steep in
the
this hobby.
measurement
9
that
by
the
6
rest of the
feet.
world uses except for America.
yeah, to be honest, like
No, 18 by 6 feet.
I was paying $30, $35 for a storage unit, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good when I first like started to look into one. Did you know that within like the past couple of years, it has risen because you know real estate prices when they go up, so does the storage units go up.
Yep.
So I'm paying right now, which I canceled it, $120 a month
Just to give them
for a 10 by 10. That shit
Yeah.
is small. That's what she said. But you know,
Nah, man. I'm so steeped into this hobby, I started throwing shit out.
yeah,
Like, I
I'm
don't
like,
even
it-
care anymore. And people are like, what if you move? I'm like, I will fucking figure that out. I just
Yeah.
yeah,
a 1/10 box comes, I take the statue out and I throw the fucking box away.
yeah.
And it's like if I gotta move this shit, trust me, the boxes are the least of my fucking problems.
Yeah.
I got.
I'm not worried about moving. I'm worried about dying and somebody having to sell all this shit.
Listen, first of all, Jerry, I'm supposed to be in the will, and I'll just come and pick them up flatbed.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
You
mean,
better-
Jerry, I thought I was
better
the
get
will
alive
for the
for that
wife
shit, boy.
part. Like, I was going to take
I
care
don't
of
know
the
what you
wife.
think
I was
you-
going to help
think
her
you
out.
are, boy.
well, I was gonna say you guys would agree though. Like a lot has changed, not only since the last time we were on, but also since like when we first started collecting. Like there's so many companies out.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, like every
Well,
single
fuck
time we
with
You
turn
gotta
around.
you gotta be like a lot more picky, and you know it's kind of crazy. Like like XM will do a side lock, then sideshow, and then you're like, well, like price is into it, you
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
and then price is like a factor, and then you're like, well, which one do I really like more? So you
Shipping.
get a lot more selective, you know,
And you
Yeah.
get
the size.
Well, not only that, but you may have to swipe one of your buddies that
Wait.
you're good friends with, like on an eBay bidding war. You may have to like swoop in and get a piece that they were.
I knew it was coming.
Well,
I don't tell you, that's why I don't tell you shit anymore. You know, you were
It's
that
all-
milf. Oh, you were that gilf in the top.
That's why my X-Men collection stopped growing. Is you stopped telling me stuff that you saw.
Yeah.
God.
Liked it because ultimately we found it cheaper.
I know.
You're welcome.
It's a
You're
low
so
bid.
welcome.
Jerry has my
Isn't
Superman.
this
Listen, Jerry has my Superman. He has my Storm. Art swipe my Sabretooth. Who else has stolen shit from here in this panel?
Mummy.
I have your Storm. What Storm do I have?
The one I told you, I didn't know it was you. If not,
I didn't
would've-
swipe that
would've
one
raised the
though. I
price.
bought that one.
He bought that one.
If I would,
He did know it was him.
if I would have known, if I would have known it was Jerry, in all
Yes,
fairness,
you
if I
did.
would have known it was
Hello?
Jerry, I would have raised up the price.
Wait up. You did know it was Jerry. Hold on
Or
a
Barb
second.
would have broke it.
You did know it was Jerry because I sold it to him when we were in DCX.
Oh, I didn't know that. You did that shit behind my back. I'm gonna go sell you cereal. That's what I'm
I
gonna
want to ask you because you're saying I saw a message on the chat, and you were talking about having all those new options. Isn't that better for you in some way,
No.
or is worse for you?
Well, it should be better if
Best-
everyone wasn't doing the same character. You know, it's hard
Okay.
when people.
But the hard
do
thing
mul-
is what to pick which one you like the most, or the fact that you
Yeah.
maybe order one and then 2 months later you have I don't know a new one from another company that you like better.
better.
So now
That's
you're repenting. That's the problem, right?
that's a problem. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The problem is
Okay.
that people will pay a insane amount of money based on the sculptor instead of what the piece looks like. So if it's got a sculptor with the name starting with an F, people don't even have to look at the fucking piece. They're like, I'll give my left nut.
I thought
That's the problem.
Now, some
Like, why-
people have
why
their
did you
favorite
do that?
sculptor,
Yeah.
and I didn't know my favorite sculptor was Daniel Bell until I looked at the pieces, and it was Thor that
Same.
pointed it out to me. He was like, "You really like that guy a lot." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
That's the best part of the hobby is when you find
Yes, that is the best part. Yep.
because at some point they're speaking to us and only if you're looking can you see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was ignorant. I mean, you brought up a whole bunch of things when we were talking about it, and then I saw a documentary and how he didn't even know anatomy, and and he started doing this stuff,
Yeah.
and then I started looking at the pieces, and I'm like, yeah, I do have a lot.
But it becomes
See,
like an
I-
art form, right? Because then,
Yeah.
like when someone goes appreciates art, they go, "Oh, this is painted by so and so."
Exactly.
Go. Then same thing with when they see a piece. Oh, this is sculpted. You could tell right off the bat. You don't have to tell
But
say
see,
anything.
I didn't know. Like when I got
sculpted
the
by-
Iron Fist from XM Studios,
Mhm.
my
That's just-
favorite piece.
That piece is the fucking shit, dog. That's
Yeah,
such an
that's
underrated piece.
I just didn't know, and I'm staring at it. I'm like, God, this is absolutely incredible.
Hmm.
When I've seen, when I got that Colossus that you have in back of you, PJ, I'm like, oh my God, the presence that he has, that he's giving motion without giving motion. He's giving tension without giving tension.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the hell is this happening? How is he doing this? And then I see it again when I see the Silver Surfer, and I'm looking at the pieces. I'm like, this guy is he has something, and it,
Yep.
it speaks. Like you said, if you're looking at a painting of an artist that you love,
Yeah.
you can just automatically know the stuff.
Have
Yep.
y'all ever tried to give someone motion without giving motion? Like the other night, I was with my wife, and I'm like, "I'm giving you this motion. Do you feel it?" And she was like asleep, like 20 minutes in. I was like, "What about all the motion I was giving you?"
You need a water belt.
Yeah, there's something to it, man. There really is. I mean, we've obviously talked about it at length over these years, but for me, there's definitely something there. I look at pieces and I look so deep into them because it's an expression of the intellect of the sculptor. It's an expression of the understanding of the character. It's like all these
See?
things.
That's the reason why I asked Franco that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there looking at these pieces and I'm like, what the hell was he thinking about?
It's just like Jordan shooting a shot. It's like they take the ball and they put it in the hoop.
Right.
But it was just the way he did it that was like, that fucking guy's got the sauce, dude. I want to watch it.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
so when I look at my collection, I don't know who made what, right? Like I'm terrible with names. I don't know the name of the cow of the chocolate milk I drank last night, right? that shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me the name of the cow.
She's Daisy.
Because I enjoyed it. So like Franco, when you make a piece and when you see somebody be like, "Oh, that pumpkin head statue is my favorite piece of my statue," do you need him to say your name to feel that gratitude, or is it just enough to be like, "Yeah, I did that. He loves it. It made them happy."
Yeah,
That's enough. And even PCS doesn't even have the name of the sculptor on the box.
All right,
Yeah,
so when I watch
that's bad.
Grudge, when I watch The Grudge, and I've
And
spank
you saw
banked
my
it
name,
3
yeah.
times to that movie because that's the best monster I've seen. And I look at the credits, I'm like, made by Franco, right? Like you don't have to have that to know that you did a great job.
But you know something in the video games
But it's nice.
industry,
The credit is nice, regardless.
Well-
Like it's nice to have the recognition. In a
you
sense.
need it.
It's
you
nice
need it,
because
but they
it
don't.
pumps you up.
The
Makes you
producer
keep going.
doesn't want to give you the power, right?
But how many people are hunting? Like, let's say Daniel Bell said that we don't focus on Franco. I mean, his dick's huge enough, right? Let's focus on Daniel Bell.
God.
Like, if you focus on somebody that's like, oh, I got this piece, it's Daniel Bell. Like, they continue to buy pieces that are Daniel Bell
Yeah.
because they know the Daniel Bell name.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like in high school again when everybody was wearing that Abercrombie and Fitch. It's like the shirt's lame. It's like one color and it says Abercrombie and Fitch.
I think
No,
I understand what
no,
you're trying to say.
It's
but
interesting.
coming out
I
wrong.
like what Art is saying. It's interesting to hear what his
It's
opinion
coming
is
out
about
wrong.
that.
I get what you're
Yeah,
trying to say.
but
No,
what-
he's kind of choky, but I think he's
I just think that, like,
Because-
you know, when it comes to
What?
like your favorites. Oh, sorry, hang on, just real quick.
No,
like, you know,
go ahead.
you know, like for me, like,
How
I
dare
like,
you interrupt Franco when he was
No,
talking?
Sorry, it was
It's
like
all yours.
I'm
Will
kidding. Go ahead.
Will Harbottle, right? Like, you know, I would say, I'm like, is this sculpt? This looks like it's sculpted by him, and because I'm like so drawn to it, right?
right.
And I think that's too. Like, there's a lot of people, like, you know, with Franco, I'm like, oh, I'm so drawn to this piece, and then you find out later, oh, it's sculpted by Franco.
Yeah,
It's just something like, you
longer
know,
that you pay
His
attention,
name
the more
should
his
be
name hits, and you're like, oh.
on the box. Like in the video game industry, a lot of they fought to get their name. Like, let's say Activision, right? And they have a sub-direct. Let's say it's Fractal Games, right?
Mhm.
Fractal Games' name is in the shipper, is on the shipper, and they fought very hard for that. So the publisher, for a long period of time, was taking all the credit from the guys that was doing the actual work. Sideshow is the manufacturer and the shipper, right? They ship it out, they do all that great stuff, they promote you and do everything, but the hard work and the stuff in the background is done by these guys. Their name should be somewhere there, just there.
On the website, I guess.
Hang on, insane all that. Back in the day, right? These guys were paid fuck all. They were worked to death. We're talking the original creators of these characters and that we all know and love, right?
Yeah, right.
Like they all got fucked over. They didn't get the wealth and the power and that they deserved, right? Times be different now, okay? So when a bloke like Franco gets a commission from a big company or something like that, they give him a decent amount of cash. I'm not asking what they pay. That's your business, right? But he gets paid a handsome fee for his work, okay? His work then becomes the property of that company who paid him to do that work.
Right.
Okay. So they're not going to put his name in big fucking letters. It's not going to be Franco Carlissimo.
Yeah, they want their name. They want their name out there.
They want their company name on
That's
there.
fine.
They're paying him the money for that. So
I never complain about that.
I honestly, I'm not one of these collectors that looks and goes, oh, this guy made that or this guy made that. I've got to fucking hunt down his piece. In anything, there's been people like that all through history. If you look at art,
I think you guys are thinking that because we like it, that everybody's there's different.
No,
values. We all
most
have
people
different
don't know
values
about it.
the same way.
yeah, that's what I was just trying to say, Tim. That back in the day, with art collecting, people went and bought Monets and Rembrandts, not because they fucking liked it, because they knew it was the hot thing. You know, and
Jose always speaking the goddamn truth. Bowen put the names on the box.
Yeah, well, there's always people that are going to fucking follow the hottest trends and try to go, oh, well, you know, people are telling me that that's what I need to get from this guy. So that's what I'm going to get is that guy. But let's be honest, man, as a collector.
Wait a minute. Bowen was like its own company. Like,
No, yeah, but Bowen worked with other artists.
or
PJ,
you know, or Rexham, he was his own
Make sure you're
company.
blue.
So his own company was
PJ nutted into the camera.
oh my God.
Yeah.
His glasses took over.
PJ, you're supposed to spit on that shit. Spit on it.
That's too
Spit on
much
it.
lube. PJ, too much lube.
What the hell? There you go.
There you go.
What I want to hear, Thor's opinion. Thor has been quiet tonight, and he is the man of the hour.
You gotta give me a second. I'm trying to get a Saj home, so I'll be right with you.
No, but the thing is, it comes to why are you collecting? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you're collecting mostly because you like the character.
Yeah.
Then it's a different thing when you see I like this artist representation of this character. That's the thing. You're not buying it exclusive because some artist did it. You like it because you like that character and you like how
it looks.
That artist executes his job.
Yeah, that's like 100% accurate.
Not,
like that's 100% accurate what Franco's saying, because I don't get a piece because Franco made it. I get it, or Daniel or this guy or that guy. Exactly. I get Colossus because it's Colossus, and then I get, you know, if I like how he sculpted it, then I'll get it, you know, and then I'll get multiples if I like both of them, but I go after the character, you know.
Yeah, but you can look at the character and you can be like, that's a Franco sculpt. Just like I can look at my second child and be like, that's a Franco sculpt.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get. Yeah, but you're not gonna get a Barbie doll that Franco sculpted.
Exactly.
But then, okay, Franco, honest question. So, say you're given a commission to say do a Captain America statue, right? Would they say to you and say, here's the art that we want the statue based off? What do they say, or do they give that free range to you to present them options?
We talked about this already. Yeah, it's the various depend on the client. That's the thing. Yeah. That's what you have to, because let's say whoever is working, you have a sideshow sculptor. Yeah, he is going to do the execution of the sculpt, but it comes with a concept. There is a lot of work before he starts doing the sculpt. It's not like everything. Yeah, exactly. And you have also an art director over there. So you're sculpting something, then you send it to the art director, and he's going to make changes that probably sometimes the sculptor doesn't like, but you have to do it regardless, because it's their it's their money. They're the ones that paying you. So if that's what they want, that's what
happens. And especially like you know, from an artist point of view, that they sometimes don't agree at all. They're like, I don't agree with what you're saying at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's like that's a hard balance to find to direct
somebody as a sculptor. You usually, because let me ask you one thing.
Wait. Take your money and fuck off. That's what.
Let me ask you one thing, Jason. Like, or how many art directors at Sideshow do you know the name of?
I don't think there's any art director.
None. There you go. See, so you only know the sculptor's name. But the thing is that as a sculptor, you get the praise, but you also get the negative things. And sometimes it's not your fault, because it's what
you're saying. By the end stage, it's not your actual sculpt anymore, because they've made that many fucking changes to it. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like I was saying before, like Franco can do a piece and it can be fabulous, but if the paint team fucks it up, you're like, this is a Franco piece? What the hell? But then you can see somebody get that in hand and have a professional painter paint it, and you're like, that's the Franco I know. That's what it should be.
That just happened to me this year, baby.
I didn't know until I actually went to Sideshow and met some of the staff there that some of my favorite pieces were all painted by the one person there, Kat Sapine.
Yeah.
And when she said, "Oh, show me your photo," I was showing her photos, and what are your favorite pieces? And I said, this one, this one, this one, this one. She goes, they're all ones that I painted. And I'm like, oh, fucking amazing. Well, I had no idea who she was.
But it's like any type of art that you collect. You know, when you like people that collect fancy art, like whatever, Van Gogh or whatever, you know, yes, people collect it, but they also collect it because of the artist. It's not just because of the image or whatever. And it's a piece of art. I mean, in a way, yes, we collect these statues because we like, you know, the characters. But when you get into this deep, you want to become more knowledgeable. Who's doing the sculpt? Who's doing the painting? Because it's all a process, and it's
because become. Yeah, no, you make a good point.
The collection.
Well, Barb, you're 100% right, because like nowadays anybody could sculpt a bouquet of sunflowers, right? But because
I'm so intrigued. Come on, go.
I'm just saying, like we obsess over artists back then, and you know we love their art. You know, the guy cut his ear off. He's hurting, so we love his art. He did so many great things. But
In
now,
fairness, though, look, a lot of those blokes made jack shit money until they died.
But it's,
exactly.
Yep.
But
Well,
like the
until
statue community is
Tim showed me.
I get what Justin is saying, but
but
I swear, bro, what you're saying is coming out wrong in my ear. It's
Yeah.
coming out wrong in my ear. Like
Everything that
nobody's
comes out of his
saying-
mouth is wrong, Tim. You know this.
But the thing
No,
too
I mean,
is it's
I don't think
everybody
anybody's
knows.
saying. I don't think anybody's saying like just because Daniel Bell sculpted it, I'm buying it.
Right.
You know,
I
and
think
I think
they
the
are.
people that
No,
the
it's
people
some
that
people-
talk
People
about
out there that
are
like
few
that.
and far between. I think what we're trying to say is, isn't it exceptional that when you often buy these statues, they happen to be by the same people?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the point. Is
No.
like, yes, bro. What do you mean no?
I-
How
What do you
many
mean
people-
no, bro?
How many people bought The Flash by Daniel Bell because
Me.
it was sculpted by Daniel Bell?
No.
Any other time, they'd be like, that
No.
arm's too
I
long.
love
That
Daniel
doesn't
Bell, but
look right.
I
The
didn't buy
anatomy-
that Flash.
In all fairness, I wouldn't buy a Flash if it was sculpted by Franco either.
But you're making a generalization
Don't fucking run
based
somewhere
on
else.
your interpretation of somebody else's viewpoint. Now, there are some people that are Daniel Bell stands. There are some people that are Franco stands.
Of
But
course.
then there's some people that just like the motion. Like that Flash, soon as that Flash went up, I purchased it. Did I know Daniel Bell was doing it? Not until he told
It
me.
just happened to be a coincidence.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're a
The
huge
fact of
Daniel
the
Bell
matter
fan.
is-
Yeah, but
the
see,
fact of
like
the
his
matter is,
work.
the longer
See,
that you
but
look
I
at
also
the
sold it.
more coincidence you find, bro.
Well, there you go, buddy.
Yeah,
There
but
you go.
I think too is that like for me, like I'm gonna like disassociate from statues for a second here. Like I collect a lot of art prints, and what I've noticed is that once I start buying pieces or art pieces from a certain artist, I start gaining they start gaining my trust, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost to the point where no matter what, they could put out something out, and you trust that artist that it's going to be good. Just because they
Yeah,
put out
case in point,
so
you
many.
know what you're going to get with an Alex Ross piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
That's what it comes down to, and
You're gonna
that's
get
why,
classic
like,
Americana look. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
of course there's people who just buy it because Alex Ross made it, but it's
Of
just
course.
a coincidence that it
It's just
happens to be awesome as well. You're like,
yeah,
there's a reason why
I
his name
actually
is
have an artist that I like to follow a lot, and I met him at the New York Comic Con, John Jiang, and I bought 2 art prints from him at the con, which were the Carnage. Actually, no, we bought 4 from him. We bought the Carnage with the Venom, and then we bought the Spider-Man, and what was the other one? Miles
Yeah.
Morales. And then I ended up buying from him recently 2 Batman Hulas.
yeah, but because you
Yeah,
know
no.
what it is too, that artist,
No,
like
'cause
you
you-
love that art, the way
Yeah, the
he
style.
draws
That's
it, the
the
style.
style.
Yes,
I-
and
if I was to make a post in all the statue groups saying, "Hey, I'm making a Condiment King sculpted by Franco,"
Nobody
no
will buy it.
picture,
You're
no
talking
nothing.
about- you're talking
How
about
many
all the
people would
statue groups.
pre-order that before they
No
ever
one.
saw it?
You're
No
talking
one.
about
No
all the
one.
statue groups. People
no
are
one's gonna
largely-
pre-order
Dude,
unless you should.
Listen,
I
we all,
wish,
buddy,
but I
we all don't
guarantee
collect
you,
Power Rangers over here.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
no one.
Rangers.
Don't bring Power Rangers into this. I didn't talk about mothers. All right, don't bring this into that.
Power Rangers.
hell?
No, I
Yeah, no, but I
Or
get what
you
you're
told
saying.
me this was a safe zone.
I get what you're saying, Justin. There's always going to be people that, regardless, but maybe Franco or Daniel Bell has gained their trust. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Where they
Well, like PJ, I noticed that through a lot of my early collecting, I didn't realize this at the time, but when I look back, fucking the majority of it was Art Germ Lau.
yeah. See,
Like,
I
I
love
happened to
his
like
art.
that style that he did the ladies that like where they were that
Yeah,
right combination
J.
of
Scott
not
Campbell,
slutty,
you know?
but still very attractive and sexy.
Yeah, J. Scott Campbell. There's a reason why these
Yeah.
artists are popular, because they work hard to gain people's trust, and
Like I
it
said,
just
I see what Justin is saying. I get
Got 2 orders for the Condiment King already.
Condiment King.
what the hell is a condiment?
Condiment King.
We all know who Condiment King is.
I'm
Look,
back.
there's
What I miss?
There's a lady, the one that's
the dark
sculpted.
one. The dark one. Man, damn, Thor. It's nice to see your face, bro.
Oh, good to see you too, my brother. My bad. I was trying
Damn,
to
it's
get
been a minute, boy.
yeah, man. Trying to get ahead. Had to send a ride for the.
I think Big Dick is trying to get in here, Thor.
Yeah, I sent him one. I sent him
Oh,
Hey.
I sent him.
Here come the fucking boxes.
No, don't forget the paper towels too. The paper towels.
Hey, if Big Dick wants on, he can happily replace me. I'm used to being replaced by Big Dick. Just ask my wife. It's common knowledge.
What the heck is going on?
He say he laying in bed, Doc.
No.
Wow. So what are you asking us for, Greg?
He's teasing.
Big
Greg,
Dick
what the
say he
fuck?
laying in bed, Doc.
He said he laying in bed.
I mean, ask Greg his collection. He can't say what statues he has. He can name the sculptors that did it, and it's still in the box. It's with a tarp over it in his backyard. He has gone after the sculptor.
Justin,
He
but
is
we're
a
talking
grill
about
hunter.
But we're talking about a value system that's different for every individual.
Yeah.
Each person has a different value.
Yeah.
It's not a green screen. It opens and closes.
You know, it just, I think you're mistaking, fanboyism with coincidence.
Yeah.
And it just happens to be a coincidence that these guys who are fucking top name sculptors are there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unbeknownst to most people. Like you said, you don't know who sculpted most of your statues. I would say if you look through them, there's probably 10% sculpted by the same guy, and you don't care to know, and that's totally fine.
No,
You don't have to
you know what? I'd go even better with what you're saying.
It's just it just happens to be a coincidence. You keep on buying the same guy's sculpt. It's like, and then if you pay attention, you'll see why. You're like, oh, I get it. That person sculpts to my sensibility, and it just happens to be, the same guys over and over again.
What he's saying, it actually happened to me, man. So what you do, have a look at your collection, look at your top 5 pieces that you personally love you most, and then do a little bit of look into them, and you'll probably find that either it's the same painter, it's the same sculptor, or it's the same design team.
The 2099 Spider-Man from Sideshow. Would you believe that he's the same sculptor that also sculpted the Bermejo Joker?
Look at that.
And it's the same sculptor.
I'm sorry, Barb. I was distracted by Ohami next to you. I didn't hear anything you just said.
All you gotta do, dog, I already told you, all you gotta do is roll your trailer down to Miami.
But you wouldn't even believe it. But when you
we could do some things up in that bitch.
but you see, when you look at the piece and you're like totally in love with the piece and you're like, damn, this shit's amazing. You want to find out who did this piece, who sculpted this, who did this piece of work, who did this piece of art. And then you come to realize that, damn, shit, the same guy who sculpted that Bermejo Joker was the same guy who sculpted
I still think it's more about the characters in themselves than the, like the sculptor, obviously, but my first thing is the character, and then I go for like the style. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not gonna say that the sculptor, but I think every sculptor has their own style, and it's kind of very unique because everybody's unique.
Yeah,
so I go for the character, and then I go for the style.
100%, but
like Frank got a style, Daniel a style, so forth and so on.
Yeah, but what we're saying is basically when you look into your collection, you have an eye for certain pieces.
Yeah, because what happens is that you as a person, you have like a taste, so
you have a preference.
You go for a certain style,
and then that's when you realize you have multiple statues made by
Charlie. That's why I just buy Magnetos, bro.
DJ, you lubed up again.
Oh shit! What the hell's going on with my camera?
Argus is asleep.
You gotta stop putting your bloody
Look at that cool.
God.
You see, Charlie gets what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? It's about the character. You know what I'm saying? It's about the character.
It starts off with the character, right? And then you look at the pose, and you're like, man, that's dope. And then you find out later that it's, one of your favorites.
Lights out.
This
Big
is I'm
He's sleeping in the sidewalk. He's sleeping in the sidewalk.
He's
Are you out there in the sidewalk?
He's in one of his boxes.
Can you guys hear me?
It's behind
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
All right, cool.
Why are you in the dark?
This shit is pitch fucking black, bro. What's happening?
Oh, God.
It looks like Pennywise, man.
Smiling teeth.
It's a clown.
How many glow sticks are in your pocket?
You have an afro now? I think I saw an afro.
Greg is the next Disney.
Look at
Scary, man.
So dark in that room.
Are you naked?
Yeah, he's naked in the box.
I'm not wearing any bottoms at the moment. I'm under the covers.
Said Big
I
D in the
hope you
box.
drop your phone, bro. I hope you drop your phone, dude.
Oh my God, if that happens.
Oh,
His girlfriend is staring at him right now with the meanest mean eye.
He's asleep.
Oh my god.
oh,
That's just dark, boy.
Ridiculous.
critical mass. Big
Pretty,
Yeah,
What's up, Dimas?
Pictures.
I was imagining shit when I first saw him and I thought it was Pennywise, and I'm like, let me just shut my mouth. People are gonna think I'm a weirdo and I'm obsessed with him.
I got a few pictures. Ain't nothing too. You know,
Got any abominations?
I'm out. You know, I need
there are,
abominations.
Can I just thank Thor before we get the pictures to bringing all these beautiful creatures together one more time? I mean,
yes.
how much fun is this?
Oh yes, the most.
It's fun. It's a Friday night fun. It's a different
Demanding subscribers or thumbs up. It's just strictly fun. It's how the community, the hobby should be.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a one night stand. I mean, it reminds me of a wedding night, but you know, that's how it goes. Beggars can't be choosers.
Whoa, what do we got here? What do we got here?
Well, in a long time, I hadn't seen anything that like really moved me, man. But
Look at that. Jose said 1.5 hours and he didn't even ask for pictures once. My man.
Listen, there's still someone who I kind of miss who ain't here. You know, the little Punisher dude. You know. He's,
well, I mean,
he's in Africa.
The Punisher, he's in Wakanda for real.
Listen,
that ain't no bullshit.
I'm never gonna forget the day my homeboy passed out drunk. You know, and that fucking beat. I'm like, that shit was real.
Man, I mean, before I even knew y'all, man, one time he got drunk. I took him home. This motherfucker did not want to go in the house. Like, he got all the way to the door. And I said, Rodney, go in the fucking house. Is this my house? I was like, bro. So like, I had to be at work at 3 a.m. I said, bro, I got to go, man. So I didn't know if he made it in the house or not.
Oh, shit, dog.
You know
My
what I'm
dog.
I'll just say, if he ever auctioned off his beanbag chair that he passed out and peed on, I would open up a new credit card and max that shit out.
I would go on the auction on Ryan's mic that he was giving a blowjob on.
I'm sure a homie I could outbid you and steal it from you.
Yeah, I bet you'll swipe it from me too, boy.
Huh?
Is this the same piece, 2 poses?
Yeah, man. This is
Can you go back and forth between them?
This is Mar. This is Darth Nihilus' apprentice. I need this like a lust in my body, bro. Like
a lust in your body.
A lust in the body. I need this very
Lust
bad.
in your body, you say?
I need it very bad, bro.
Okay.
I need it very bad.
She looks magnificent.
Yeah, I need this is your boy Zion art, man.
That's a fascinating.
Yeah, my man has went off the deep end and he hasn't given me my gods of Egypt. I've cursed him out in 20 different ways.
Well, you might be short now because he put up some shit today talking about the inflation is here, so I don't know how many pieces coming out and all this other crazy shit.
Yeah,
man, he always does all those light up sabers. That shit's pretty dope, you know.
Yeah, and
he does great work.
His typically the sabers sometimes they don't last, but his lasted pretty long time.
Well, it's the blue pill he puts inside each saber.
That'd be something. I think this the Balrog.
Queen.
Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Wicked, dude.
Look, you can see the ash on the tips of the horns. Look at that. That's ridiculous.
This shit looks wicked.
Yeah, you had to make me take off the shades.
How much was this? How much? Does anybody remember how much this was?
I don't,
Yeah.
man. I gotta
12
say, man, I
12,000.
really enjoyed. I checked out that Rings of Power. I thought that shit was amazing. I heard.
Yeah, it's real good.
That shit was good, man.
Yeah, that was
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
No.
boring.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what
No.
nobody say. That shit
Yeah,
was
that's
tight.
fine.
I thought
That's
it
how
was
it
good.
should be.
I'm
But
one of those
for me, it was
weirdos.
shit.
Dude, no, fuck you if you haven't watched it and you think it's shit. So, but all I'll say is that end where it changed, where the title of the area changed. I'm not going to drop any spoilers, but those of you who have seen it know what I'm talking about. Once a big volcano went off,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
What happens when the volcano goes off?
Oh.
Little Francos are made. or is that just in my household?
That's just in your house.
I think these are the Hathaway Catwoman. I think on the.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, what
On-
what kind of
yeah.
statues are
on the
that?
bike on the bat pod.
I said, what's going on? What were we looking at?
Yeah, they
The human centipede.
done set it up.
That's a disgusting movie.
Those are life size, PJ.
No.
But when it's a movie piece,
Mhm.
do you guys pre-order a
Wow.
movie piece? Like, or do you wait?
And
Because
that's what I
You
need.
never know.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
you're going gray.
I like this
Yeah,
gray one.
I don't have a gray. I
don't
need
dig
one
the-
gray.
I don't dig them brown veins.
I'll take it.
With the
Yeah,
brown
like-
veins?
Yeah, I don't like the
Yeah,
brown
yeah.
veins.
I'm cool.
I think the gray is the way to go.
Yeah, I don't have a gray Hulk, and I've been hunting that sideshow gray Hulk, and it just didn't happen. And I just think it's gonna be this.
David. I thought you said you weren't into the 1/3 stuff, and now you're on into the
Well,
gray Hulk.
no.
What's up with that?
I blame Mojo for this, and I mean Hulk has no scale for me, so
Yeah.
at the
Yeah, well,
same time.
you backtracking, dog. You can't backtrack.
No.
on yourself.
Listen. My wallet for the Hulk has no boundaries. So,
Oh, I see now.
so the scale doesn't matter with the Hulk. If you say Captain America 1/3, I'm like, yeah, no. But this guy here, I need him like a lust in the body.
It's lust in the body, you say?
Gotcha. Backtracking.
Yeah. Nah, you'll see just one there.
Well,
And see,
you've been a Hulk. You're always a Hulk.
Yo, you
You've always
can't
been a
have
Hulk fan,
one?
right?
Just one. But I like that Lou Ferrigno face too.
Well, let's go over this again, I guess. Then.
But do you guys like agree that it should have been like one body, 3 different portraits, or is it? Why are they selling it separately?
I agree with that, PJ. I think it
Isn't
should've
the
been a head-
ultimate one comes with all 3?
I think it
It does?
should have been with a much.
Well, it's nice not
different
to have a
price.
seam, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you pose it right, I mean, we're used to seams, right? Like, or a seam, a
So wait a
deal
minute,
breaker.
this is one.
deal?
This is one piece, or this is
No, so the
One
bust,
piece.
the bust from the hip up is 3 separate busts, and then you
Yeah.
can put them on the legs.
But in this hobby, if you've been in this hobby long enough, you understand there are going to be seams in different spots, right? Like,
Yeah.
is that a deal
Yeah,
breaker?
but maybe art maybe like on like I get what you're saying, like with quarter scale and shit like that. But you gotta think on 1/3, like the seam might be a bit, kind of
Crazy,
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many
It's a
people
good
would have
record.
bought this piece if it was a head sculpt change instead
Nah,
of
I
a
think
torso?
I think
I think a lot of people will complain about a scene.
I think a lot of people will complain a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man.
Well, fuck those people. Who cares?
Because you're spending thousands of dollars on a piece.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's what
pri-
you wanna
yeah,
see
this
is the
piece
damn
is
scene on the
pricey.
neck.
This piece is pricey too.
Yeah, this
These
is a
people that
pricey
are
piece.
complaining about the seams, they still live at home with their mother. And no offense to Barb and Naomi's children, I'm happy for them. Like, I wish I could have done that, but and Greg that's watched the guy, no offense to you either, but like, get the fuck out of your house, make a living, and then buy these 3 fuckers if you don't want the seam. But I would have happily bought one statue with 3 head sculpts.
Yeah.
At half the price.
Like the Iron Studios one.
Well, I mean, you could just happily buy one with one head.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because every 2
Why not?
years, I want to switch out the head sculpt.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't the Hulk versus
That's such a
Wolverine?
load of crap. That's such a load of crap. How often do you really change out the fucking the head sculpt, like the
Well,
switch outs? That's fucking.
Not that much.
I have
Well,
a
no,
rule.
Sideshow
Every-
had the the Hulk versus Wolverine. Remember that head was only yeah, that had a scene, but no one really. It was still a great piece.
Yeah, but that's small compared to
I
this
have a
one.
rule.
Like,
Every
that's 1/5, right?
Every time that I have sex,
Yeah, that's true.
I
love
change
you,
out a
Franco.
head sculpt.
Love to me. Oh,
So
sorry.
on my birthday, I change out a head
You
sculpt.
can spit on my mouth.
Okay, I'll spit in your mouth and somewhere else.
See that? You're ridiculous.
Anywhere that you
That
have
one
a hole.
right there, I love
Anywhere
that
you have
one
a hole,
too.
Franco,
So
I'll
I'm
spit
like
it in.
torn. But nah, it'd just be the gray one because I don't have a gray.
So you need to hurry up and get out of this hawk little pictures, man, before I pre-order some fucking stupid shit.
Well, I was gonna say,
Spider-Man look
there's
dope.
probably gonna be somebody that gets all
That thigh look too
three,
big, though,
all
homie.
three.
Yeah,
or-
I was about to
right?
say that. He
That
looked
thigh
like he got Hawk-sized
That
thighs.
thigh look huge.
Yeah.
Pause.
Now, hey, when Ohami
That's
says
what-
he's going to
whoa,
pre-order
pause.
something,
Play.
we all
Play.
know he means he's going to ask Barb to pre-order it on her account, right? It's her collection.
You
Listen,
know, you guys say
listen, all
pause,
I
I
gotta
say
do,
play.
no, let me tell you something. All I gotta do is buy her some fucking clown shit, and I can pre-order wherever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not like tripping, like,
Oh,
But Ohami, do you ask her for her login?
no, I just tell her to know.
Wow.
She's gonna pre-order me shit, and that's it.
Hey, Ohami, you're not pulling back. We
That's
know the
that's a
truth.
good piece.
This is mud
Yeah,
trooper
that shit is
from
dope.
NYC. That's from Solo.
Yeah, that's a good piece.
Man, this guy's always doing the pieces this guy's always doing are always fucking off the chain.
Yeah.
Wow, this really looks like hark back to World War I, World War II.
That look,
Yeah,
it
that's
looks
what,
like
that's
a
what
good
most
piece.
of the shit is based on. Really, most of the weapons all came from World War II.
If
They
Jerry
just-
is saying that means something because he was there.
Look at the water. That's a
Wow, that
good
looks
piece.
good. That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Trenches.
I like this.
Jerry getting that hawk too. If Jerry getting that hawk, I need that hawk too. You know, like
You already know
can get the
Jerry
hawk,
already
right?
got it.
Jerry already ordered that.
You know what?
Wow, look at that.
So Jerry could get the hawk, and I can get the hawk.
If I could get Michael Myers.
Oh, fuck that shit.
And he also
It's well, I wouldn't say an even trade because the Michael Myers is very cheap. So I mean, come on.
I don't want no fucking weird looking shit in my room.
You don't like that weird looking shit.
Oh,
he about to
Ooh,
ship
listen,
out. He's about to ship out the TIE fighters. So
What
Like,
scale are these?
well, this is I got the Vader tie, so I mean, I guess what is it like 1/23 or something? You know, what I mean,
See, Jerry's on my side. He says Michael Myers is a small trade-off for that Hulk.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Jerry.
He said, "Shut the fuck up."
I saw this, but it looks pretty cool. But I don't know if the likeness is there.
Jerry always sending her links for all these fucking Halloween shit.
That's
Like, no,
that's
man.
just creepy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ohami,
Well, I was just
this
gonna-
is a family show.
I was gonna say, like that's one thing. See, that's what I like to see is more of like this, like statue companies taking like a different IP, like a music
So what are you
IP.
buying? Are you buying this
That
one?
people
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
that?
sculpt like artists and stuff, music artists. I think it's
But you
different.
think
Yeah,
you think
this
there's
is
a
cool,
big
but they
market?
should have started with somebody different than Kurt Cobain.
well, he's like they did Michael Jackson, they did Elvis,
They need to do Jimi
they
Hendrix.
did Hendrix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
did.
did.
Oh,
yeah,
did they?
Yeah,
Blitzway?
yeah,
Oh shit!
yeah.
I love-
this is my crew here though, bro.
Yeah, I love Kurt Cobain,
What
man.
else can I say?
Yeah,
Apology. That was my
yeah,
shit.
that
Oh,
was
the
the
MTV
MTV
Unplugged, right?
Unplugged.
Mary.
Damn.
Yeah. Unplugged.
When he-
Yeah.
I don't, but I
They
don't
were the
feel like the
pioneers of
likeness
that
is right.
too.
Nah, you're right. Something's off a little bit.
Blitzway
Something's off in the
always
face.
messes a little something off.
Well, it's hard to capture pain in the eyes. You know what I mean?
Huh?
I don't know, man.
Depression.
Yeah, you know what you can do? You just put a smaller version of Courtney Love next to him. That shows the pain, right? there.
Oh God!
You know what? There
Oh,
should
man,
be
I was going to go dark.
There should be no shortage of people buying this with all the millennials wearing Nirvana t-shirts out there in the world.
Right.
These days, yeah.
I've got to ask: does the exclusive come with a rifle?
I was
Oh
going to
my
say.
God! I purposely did not go there.
What I think it is. I'm looking at the exact same.
I love you, Jason. I was thinking about that.
Yeah,
Oh
you know
my
what it is
God.
about it? Like I'm looking at the exact same picture of this of what this is from
Unplugged.
from that concert from Unplugged, and it's his butt chin. It's not as deep, and also the eyes are not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blitzway
I mean,
always has a way of doing a little something.
And his hair was a little bit longer and fuller, so it looks a little bit flat there. So it does look odd. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but
yeah, that's the thing,
I
right?
don't.
It's not terrible, but it's not right.
It's not terrible, but it's not right. I don't feel the likeness.
Yeah, like it's a good piece, but it's not like 100%. Like you don't feel it like
Yeah.
right, you know. I get it.
Is
I
this
get it.
1/4?
Yeah, 1/4.
I wonder if there's any heroin in the pockets.
That's the exclusive.
Y'all going to hell. Right along with me.
This is I think this is from CBS. This is Aura Singh. She was a bounty hunter. She only showed up in she was on the anime on Clone Wars, and then she was in Phantom Menace for like 30 seconds. And,
Okay.
so they're doing their take on her. And I think Junior has this coming. So this is just a tease it of
Thick thigh gap.
I'm pretty sure this was based on a Kardashian home movie.
it's possible.
I don't
Moving
see
on.
silicone in this.
So this is Infinity Bust, I believe.
Good
What do you think
movie.
about it, Jason?
That looks
Good
pretty
movie.
good.
I'm not really interested in the character of it.
I mean, that looks pretty tight to me, man. I don't see anything wrong with this.
That looks real
Nothing
good.
wrong with it. It looks
I
fantastic.
mean, except for the Rihanna forehead, it looks really good.
Not the Rihanna forehead, Jesus.
Yeah, but like this
this the,
version
bust?
looks great.
Yeah.
But what are you going to get in
What's the
hand?
scale on this?
It's
life
life
size.
size. Life size, I believe.
wow.
Yeah, it's
Life
life-size
size?
bust, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't been able to watch this movie.
Oh, it's
It was good.
It's a good
I
movie.
love it.
It was good.
It's,
It's a good
really,
movie.
I
think it's
tried
the
watching it. I
best
just couldn't get
Batman
into
movie.
it. I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
That's,
gotta get
that's
part
what
Like 7. Has a 7 vibe.
Yeah.
It's like a true detective kind of story. They fuck it up in the end, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but-
they did. They went a little. I don't know.
Oh shit, Barbara's never gonna watch it now.
I think if they could
Yeah,
have
but that's
done
my
the
opinion.
7 or the 7 technique with Catwoman and put Catwoman's head in a box at the end of the movie, it would have been a 10 out
Oh
of 10
my
movie.
gosh.
That would have been great.
Yeah, this.
The Catwoman was such a terrible actress, and everything she's in, she does terrible work. Like she ruined X-Men with being the fairy or whatever the fuck she was. But she's a
fairy.
terrible
Nah,
actress.
come on. First Class is good, man.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's almost like she's only getting jobs.
First
with
Class
older
was-
actors.
Here we
First Class
go.
was good, but that fairy, like I'm with Art, man. That fairy was like whack as fuck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everything she's in is whack as fuck.
Yeah, it's almost like both her parents are famous, and that's the only reason why she's.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like
Okay, with the Zoe bashing.
I mean, she's a babe. Don't get me wrong, Babezilla. But
I actually thought her performance in the movie was really good.
I did too.
Yeah. She's in a quiet taste.
She was good at
Jason,
Bronx.
that's why nobody
Well,
trusts
you-
Australians' viewpoints.
You know what you like? You like the way she moves.
Isn't
No,
isn't
nobody
this
likes the way
Not,
she
not
moves.
you. I'm talking about
Isn't that
Jason
Superman
and
points in
Keith
that?
for sure.
isn't this
Well, I
Blitzway?
actually thought that she
Yeah,
brought
this-
Yeah.
See?
It's
I
Blitzway
feel like
Prime
she looks
1.
great.
And they,
Oh, I love
It's
this
in
guy's
hand. It's
picture.
in hand.
He does
I
really
love
good
I love this piece, but again, there's always it's a little bit off, and
Yeah,
her face
it's
is
a
a
little
little
bit,
bit
yeah.
off.
I feel like the face is off too.
It's meant to be Linda Carter, but it ain't.
It looks
Yeah.
like she had like a
It's really
cheekbone surgery.
She has
or something.
beautiful eyes.
I think Jerry is the key speaker on this topic.
Well, I like it, but I don't do I don't do life like
Yeah.
I thought you bought this piece.
I didn't.
No, I was the one that was gonna chase it, then I decided not to.
Yeah, but I love.
I'm watching. I'm watching for sideshow seconds.
Oh,
Sometimes the
I would
pictures
say- I would
doesn't
say it's
they don't do
close enough,
justice.
but
So sometimes
again,
these
this is
pics
another.
look better when you see them in person.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me ask you again with sideshow seconds. So someone bought it, opened it up, put it together and was like, I don't want this anymore. I'm
Bid on
returning
it,
this.
sent it back. Yep.
And then probably slapped the statue with their penis and then returned it back.
See
And they don't, and they don't charge extra for that.
they don't inspect the return statues for black.
Robert Pattinson's getting a lot of play for being Batman right here.
Yeah. Which one is this one?
This is quarter scale.
Is this the Prime one?
I think this is.
Oh, Queen Studios.
Oh,
Queen
that's
Studios.
nice.
Yo, let's
That's
just
a nice touch.
let's just take a quick moment to realize how much he made all of us shut the fuck up about his Batman. He was pretty.
Yeah.
fucking good,
Yep.
It was pretty
He
good.
made us all shut the fuck up.
I was
right?
never against that, man.
Yeah.
No, I
I had George Clooney as Batman, so I'm good. I'm good. Trust me.
I think
We had Val Kilmer, man.
There we go. Bat nipples. I'm good. Trust me. I'm cool. I'm cool.
the storyline was great, but the Batman was lacking. Right, like you waited for him
because he was
every
more
time
like
he
year
walked.
one, man.
Every time he walked, they had to play that same theme music, right? Like him stomping, slow motion in. A guy's got a bomb on his chest, and he's got to do his slow walk into the room. Why not run?
A Marvel fan
Now
wasn't
you're-
satisfied with the DC movie. Fucking shock horror.
I actually think Ben Affleck was the best Batman, bro.
I do too.
I agree. I 100% agree.
I think his
Affleck.
stunt double was the best Batman.
Two, yeah, right. His stunt double was the best.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck was the best Batman. He was an alcoholic. I could relate. That's who I feel is my Batman.
Too bad they neutered him, so we're good.
Well, apparently he's back.
He got
What?
J Lo.
Yeah,
How do
back.
you neuter somebody that gets J Lo?
Oh, just give him J Lo.
Hold on.
That's true.
hold on.
That's a good
Our
point,
homie-
David.
Our homie 2% right here is saying that Queen Studios got a Gray Hulk coming soon.
Oh, I need to slow down and wait.
Yeah, but
see, that's the point I was making, right? Like, say you're happy with that one, and then someone like Queen comes along and makes a possible, better one.
Here we go.
That's CO right here.
why is his head always so small?
Yeah, it's based on.
He has a little head. He has a big.
This looks.
He has a big body with a little head. Pause.
I mean, it looks just like.
Where's Greg? I feel like Greg can relate.
I'm alive.
Oh, he spoke.
I think I'm done.
I don't know if it's English.
I don't know, man. These people got a lot of competition with the 1/3 Hulk. So good luck, people.
Yeah.
Trying to come out with Hulks now.
Well, see, I think anybody that will come out with a quarter scale Hulk that is just slightly similar is going to make more money because quarter scale is so much easier to display than a 1/3.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Boom. Hey,
Mohammed.
Oh, it's
let's all be silent.
We all turn off. Let's turn off.
Oh my God, David's eyeballs.
I know, right? You never get to see him.
That's
I gotta go. You saw my eyeballs. Bye.
David has to reposition his Mario figure.
Boom.
like I said, that's why I always appreciate companies that are going, even though with the Blitzway, the Kurt Cobain's a little off, but I appreciate the effort of trying to do something different in the hobby.
Yeah, but they don't live from appreciation, man. That's the thing.
I know that's.
If
the
you
only
want more of those things, you have to buy them. That's the thing.
But
And that's the thing.
PJ,
what always says sounds it's the same.
Jade under the David.
Hold on.
All right,
I still have part of my props.
there you go.
There you go.
Told you that's my
Badass
pop.
teacher.
I gotta send him a stop snitching mug.
I need one of those too, bro.
But
you
going
don't
back,
gotta worry about that. Oh, hey, those people around you, stop snitching.
Yeah. Someone in the chat was just asking, saying hopefully the Ben Affleck comes back as Batman. So the latest news on that is that they're stepping back the Michael Keaton that was talked up about the
the Flash,
from the Flashpoint movie.
Ezra fucked it up.
And that Ben Affleck has been re-signed as the Batman, and they don't want to have too many different continuities going out there. So
4 different.
he's going to be put back into a lot of things.
Yeah.
because the
Like-
Flash went around and was kidnapping people.
Dude, the Flash was crazy. Like
Well,
Arthur
what the
Miller was
best part-
insane.
The best part about Flashpoint is, I hope that at the end of this film, that he's fucking gone. Because I always thought that Ezra Miller was the worst fucking choice.
Think about it
he's
this
not coming
way:
back.
they
He's
they
not coming
cast
back.
him as the wrong character. He was a villain the whole time.
You should be.
He's the real life Joker.
Yeah, Ezra Miller's not coming back. I heard they're recasting him.
Yeah. Did you hear when he was doing all his kidnapping and stuff? He was putting out little cryptic tweets. He's really the Riddler.
Yeah, but like so Zack Snyder's Batman vs. or Justice League movie, right? Like
Yeah.
the Flash was completely different, right? The Flash
Yeah,
was
it was a
nobody,
yeah.
he was a loser, and then you get his ultimate picture, and the Flash was a huge part of that movie. Like he was a badass in that movie.
I
Yeah.
like it
So-
over there.
Whenever you see these actors portray a certain character, like you have to ignore the actor themselves and just focus
So I
on
think
the
that
character.
The actors
they're
should
doing.
just stop fucking tweeting. They should shut the
well,
fuck up and stop exposing themselves because they are most of them are
problem
fucking
is
idiots.
when they become so repugnant that you can't look past who they are as a
Yeah,
person.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I was watching
people-
yesterday something like that. I was watching In Pursuit of Happiness because my daughter didn't saw it, and that's a great movie.
keep on thinking
But
about the slap.
I couldn't stop thinking about the slap and his real family, how his actual son wanted to be emancipated and shit like that, and he's doing the best father of the fucking year in that movie.
Yeah,
But in
fantastic.
his real life, he's a fucking asshole. So it was hard to do the separation.
Yeah.
So I think
yeah, but
they
that-
just
That
stop.
Jaden Smith, mate. Now that's one fucked unit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
well,
that's
I think
a kid. So that's
Yeah.
it's a different thing. And he's been
Yeah.
raised in the Hollywood sphere and shit like that. So he's going to be fucked up, whatever he does, the poor kid, because his father is Will Smith. But it's not easy to to have that shadow over you. Like, you can tell from, for example, Tom Hanks' son that he has a few that are like quite not good in the head.
Well,
But-
he's born into a different
Yeah.
thought process. He's born. They're so removed from us normal how we blue collar people move. His process is very different, and the hands off process on children of this age is terrible. Got to be a little bit more hands on and help guide them through what's going at them, because right now, I mean, a lot of stuff that comes in, and I don't want to get a copyright strike and all that other stuff. See the stuff that I just said? Yeah, that stuff actually happens, and they have removed this off. The way they're being programmed is very wrong. So they're allowed to try things that we were told you can't do that stuff. Don't do that, and they're just saying, "Hey, go do that." So he's looked at as a little bit weird, and he'll find himself a little bit later, but might be too late. Might be too corrupted at that period of time.
Their life are like really like exposed out there. Like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy to to grow up in that environment, I think. But the thing is that, I mean, those are the kids. That's a different thing. But the
Yeah.
actors, we used to be like, we only knew about them because of, I don't know, an interview, the publisher, stuff like that. There was a barrier between them and us in a way. Now they have Twitter and they talk themselves, and you realize what they think and how they are.
Yeah.
So they fuck it up completely. Yeah.
Well, I think I blame Jada Smith. I think she's crazy. she messed up Will Smith.
Oh,
and her son, because she slept with Will Smith. Well, with Jada. Jada slept with their son's
Jaden.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I
for
mean,
real. That's true.
that will mess up anybody.
Ooh,
Huh?
see, I like the White Queen,
Yeah.
but I still like XM Studios version a little bit better. This one they just added a weird little cat to it. So
I don't agree. I like this one better. I like the blue couch.
see, that's you.
Or white couch.
See, I like.
Shout out to me for telling them they should make the emblem on the bottom change out to Hellfire emblem.
Yes, I like the porcelain floor. I don't know. I like her standing up. Seems like a more dominant pose, but this is cool too.
I think it was Jerry that loved the X-Men emblem.
She's got beautiful eyes.
Wow, did they pick the statue?
Yeah. Her hair comes in 2 pieces.
I like the red one better.
Yeah, that's a nice couch. But the white actually, I don't know. It's cool. If you got both pieces, it really works.
Give me those titties.
Well,
there you go.
Nah, I do not like that face.
I don't.
You look like a milk.
Red chair, but with the Hellfire logo.
I'm convinced Greg still sees titties every time he wants lunch from his mother.
She looks a little bit Kim Basinger to me.
Right.
Oh, good call.
Kim? Yeah.
What?
Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I see it.
In the other pose, in the other face.
In the other
Look
portrait.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the bigger hair.
Yeah.
Dude, that finger's jacked though.
That's a cigarette lighter.
That finger was
It's a
looking
cigarette.
wild right there, bro.
It's the butt
He said that finger's jacked.
Look at that collar.
Oh no! See, that's a no-go. You gotta have you gotta do the back of that chair.
Yeah.
You gotta make it the cushions. You gotta do the back of that chair, man.
See, I think Franco spoiled you with Dr. Doom King.
Yes, of course. Of course. You got listen, man, you gotta put in that work.
Yeah, I feel you.
But nobody's gonna see this side of the statue.
No. I disagree with you, Ark. We will go over this.
You can disagree all you want. You're wrong.
We'll go over this for the rest of our lives, bro.
We
Just
said
like
that
you
before.
unfriending my wife.
Whoa. That's a fucking flagrant lie.
This guy is
I will
special.
not allow
Oh,
you to
back again, huh?
besmirch me
We will go to the grave. We'll go
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
the
that
grave.
many pictures. Like I just randomly picked up some pictures and
Nah, that's
yeah.
it's perfectly fine. You just caught me out of pocket.
Oh shit.
Justin,
I was pulling a Mr. Greg situation. I'm back. Well, hello.
You mean Miss Greg?
Well, fellas,
Yeah, it's about
Greg, where are you?
He's right there. He's Pennywise.
turn your
So
phone
are we
sideways.
back? Are we back?
Turn your phone sideways.
Put it in 16 by 9.
That kind of volume.
Greg has a flip phone.
really tall, dude.
He got the Obama phone. Oh my God, I miss this guy. Hey,
If
where's
Greg
your toilet
turns his,
paper? Where's
if
your- where's
Greg
your
turns his
paper
phone
towel
sideways,
roll?
it'll cost his mother more money.
It's easier to hold it like this.
This is how you get over a hangover.
Frankie, did you see
Nah, I
that picture
work-
of that
I work-
character that I sent you?
I work
When you
50
said you were
hours.
looking at DC?
Please, I'm getting ready to go to work in a few hours. I got
Damn,
like
few
probably like
hours.
3 hours,
Jeez,
4
what the
hours.
hell?
Something you
I
said
gotta
on
go
the
to
group,
work.
right, Jason?
I gotta
Yeah.
go to work.
Would have been in the group.
Who's the character? Who's the character? Because I don't know the
Brutal.
character. Brutal. It's a
Brutal.
Spanish word. Yeah, it's brutal. So it's a Spanish word.
Yeah, with double two A's. Two A's.
Okay. Brutal. I don't know the character because I haven't
I
been
feel
reading.
you, King.
Who's
for a
that
long
Superman clone of?
Yeah,
Darkseid
wifey's
Superman
home.
clone.
Same with me. I done got the text message.
Yeah. Nah,
Franco,
it-
Frankie, you have to understand when Jason talks, he says stuff really weird. Like what
No,
coke
I
comes
understand
in, aluminum,
I got it.
aluminium. Like there's a lot of
It's
different.
aluminium. It's aluminium in Spanish. So I got it.
You had Ark looking at the periodic table. Like what? I don't
What-
even know that.
what-
The
element.
public
Jason.
education system isn't the best. I understand.
Jason, what you wanted to say about the character?
I was saying that I think when you said that you were going to look at doing some DC characters, but you wanted to keep away from the
but it's-
mainstream.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but it's not up to me. That's what. That's what we were talking about, the art direction and stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck
Franco,
And you know
Franco,
what- you know what
if you
too-
could make a Superman with a giant penis on his forehead,
Oh,
that would be the
God.
perfect representation of Superman.
How dare you?
I like Superman.
Anywho, so unfortunately, I
I'm
got
not
to cut
opposed to
this-
jumping on a
Yeah.
plane and coming over there and doing horrible things to you.
We,
Just don't judge
oh,
our
we-
whole country.
Wait.
we logging out, Thor?
Thor.
Yeah, I got bills
Okay.
at 3, man. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Thor.
Yeah, bro.
3. Are you going to come back? Like this is going to keep
Um,
happening?
we can,
Can
you
we
know,
say
but,
that?
but I like how we show up and don't nobody know we're coming.
Pause.
So
I see
you
that.
never know.
Play,
you know,
play.
keep one eye on your YouTube, and you know, we'll show up unexpectedly. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm down for that. Y'all good with that? With every
I'm
now and
good-
then
I'm
we
good
just
with
let
that.
y'all
Yes,
go?
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir. It's good. It's good to get the gang
It
back.
is good, man. It felt good to hang.
I'm never
with
coming
each
back.
other again, man. Yeah.
But just, I was gonna say, just real quick, shout out to Spec Todd and Spec Fiction Shop.
Yes,
They're in
sir.
DCon right now,
Todd.
Designer Con. I
Yeah.
think they're showing off Vera,
Yes.
right? Vera,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's over
statue
there.
sculpted by yours truly over. Not me, the guy.
Well, shout out to you, PJ. You just had the 100th Sifcast, my man. So,
Oh,
Yep.
thank you, man.
so if y'all ain't
Appreciate
seen
it.
it, go and check it out. And,
Thank you.
know.
Thank you. But shout out to Thor, man. I you know, when I was talking Sitcast, I was kind of saying like how long we've been doing it, and just the number one thing is the friends I made throughout the years, and you know, thanks to YouTube, thanks to the statue collecting community. It's been a fun journey so far, and I look to continue this journey with you guys.
Yeah, man.
So
I agree. I agree with PJ. I think it's the journey, the friends you've made, the baby daddies that you've made.
the mouth that
you-
you
That
spat
you
on.
now have to share custody over. That you get child support with, and that you turn that child
told you.
support and make a new
The checks are
statue.
coming. Don't worry.
Hey, Jerry,
wow.
what's going on with Collective Minds, my brother?
Oh, we're still out there. Come
Okay.
come by and check us out. And
Yeah, I mean, tell them what time and stuff you come on, and
Every Sunday.
Mark, what time? 7 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
7
I want to
Eastern.
say on this show, why the fuck does everybody think Collective Minds is Jerry's show? What the hell? What the hell? Jerry shows up with his
Hold on, hold
professional
on.
opinion.
I thought it
He's
was-
not professional. Everybody comes to see Jerry.
I thought
What
this
the
was all
hell?
about the friends we've made and not subscribers. Who cares whose show it is, right?
No, it's not who cares whose show it is. Everybody comes for Jerry. I am thrown aside.
Now you want the recognition? Come on.
Hey, Ark, you need to put your ego aside and just give the people what they want, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Which is your shirt off.
Pepperoni.
hey, King, tell him what's up with the Lords, bro.
So you can catch us Sundays at 1 p.m. Iron Lords podcast. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m. is R&R with the Lords. That's where we talk about movies, current events, stuff, and entertainment. And every Saturday at 10 p.m., if it's a good fight or if it's a good UFC event and entertainment, Combat Talk with the King. So,
Nice.
There you go.
or you can catch me here when it happens.
Bob, you got anything going on? Or?
Well, same old collecting. But I really want to thank you, Thor, for having us on.
No,
And
thank y'all for
it
coming.
was a special
man.
night, and I enjoed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey,
Great.
you
I
can
can watch
catch,
that next one.
Best of
you
luck
can
with
catch
the
Barb and
Saturday
Ohami
this week.
awake on Collective Minds also. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. A humble brag, but and every now and then Franco comes on.
So,
with his hair
Franco,
down.
you got anything you want to highlight to people?
No.
or-
No, I'm not telling anything. I just want to thank you and say I miss this show. Like I truly do because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Even though I'm on Collective Minds and I watch it, you know. You know, like,
Hey, don't
But I
you
do
dare
miss this
promote
series.
the show. Don't you dare. You asshole.
Don't
Don't you fucking dare
He's
promote
right
it
on
now.
Big D. What's
let's
Big D
check,
doing?
Let's check on Big D before we roll up.
I'm
going
pretty
on?
sure if you roll to the left, your mother is there.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Oh, shit. Well, on that note,
I don't even have to get us to respond.
Thank you all.
all right, y'all, man. It's been a blast, and we should keep your eye on the YouTube because we might show up at some point, y'all. So,
All right. It was a lot of fun. Yes.
I doubt I'll be there.